All right, can you guys hear us now?
Hopefully.
Hopefully, can you hear us now? Verizon, can you hear us now?
As we literally demonstrated how great it would be to hear us.
Okay, so let's take two. We're rusty at this. So, all right, now we got the audio worked out. So first off, thank you everyone who is joining us tonight for our first paranormal investigation of 2023. And something new that we mentioned when we were muted is that we have a new audio source. So Alan and myself are mic'd up.
So you should be able to hear me by myself over here.
And you can hear me off camera. And we should come through nice and clear so you can hear us conversing back and forth. That way there's no worry about who's saying what or when. And I want to mention a special thanks to Kara, which is our friend who gave us this opportunity to investigate her house. Now, this is not our first time here because we actually investigated her barn about 3 years ago where we captured some of our best activity. And she actually is in the process of moving out of this house right now and allowed us to come here and investigate because there's some reports of activity here, which we're going to cover in just a few moments. Also, I want to thank the mods who are here tonight, both RJ and Matt, who are presently here. Not sure if I missed anyone else, but any mods do jump in. Thank you in advance for being here and covering the chat while we do this. We have a rather large farmhouse. It was built in 1850, and there's reports of footsteps, items being moved, and even objects being thrown. And we're going to cover where that's taking place at. We have a number of pieces of equipment and some trigger objects, so hopefully we're going to be able to at least get something, whether audio or visual wise. We're also going to depend on you guys too, so listen if you want with earphones, or if you want to watch this on the replay, and if you hear anything, feel free to comment down below with the timestamp. Anything you want to throw in?
Yeah, and again, I mean, there's plenty of things that you guys might actually see through the camera that we don't see with our eyes. Sometimes things like that do happen where, looking through the screen, you can see things differently. So if we're not looking at the phone or the camera and don't happen to see something, but you guys do, then 100% just go ahead and put it right there in the chat. And then, if it's on the replay, just leave a timestamp and let us know what you see. And then it's something that we can take a look back on, whether it's visual or even audio.
And as mentioned, this is our first investigation of 2023. We're both actually very rusty at this. My last investigation I did was at the Jim Thorpe Inn back in December of 2020. So it's been about 2 years for me. You've done one more recently, right?
Yeah, which I'm almost done editing that one and putting it up. So that one will be out shortly.
But for us to work together, it's been over 2 years now. So we're glad to get back into it. But just bear in mind, we may be fumbling here and there, both with equipment and just words in general. I was talking to my friend JPVideos Paranormal, who does investigations out in Vegas, and I was like, yeah, I'm excited, but nervous. I'm going to be rusty. And she's like, you got this. Just have fun. And that's what we're here to do. Just have fun. We're not here to fake anything. We do this objectively. So if something is here, we're going to do our best to prove it. If nothing's here, we're going to tell you there's nothing here. We're not going to try to fabricate or manipulate anything. If anything does happen, we try to find a justifiable source as to what's causing it. And when there's no other answers, we can then consider it's paranormal. So if you guys are ready, we're going to give you a tour of the home with lights on. We're going to walk through. We're going to start in the basement because there actually is something pretty special down there right now as we speak. And then we're making our way up all the way to the attic. It's a walk-up attic. From there, we're going to go lights out and then focus on a few different parts of the house that are reported to have activity. And if Kara is watching, feel free to jump in, Kara, in the chat to answer any questions or share in more detail as to what activity did take place. But if you guys are ready, let's start with the house tour. All right, so we're in the foyer area. That's how you pronounce it. And coming into what would this be considered? Like a probably a dining room, maybe?
Yeah, dining room.
Dining room.
Yeah.
Okay. So dining room here, as you can tell, they are moving out, so there's items laying around. And it does connect to the kitchen. Now, the kitchen, I'm going to let Alan explain in detail as to what he's been reported to take place in here. So if you want to hit in there, Alan, and explain everything.
So supposedly, from what we're understanding, is that there are Tupperware containers, things of that nature, that are actually being thrown out of the cabinets. So with that being said, we have set up a few things in the cabinets, as well as Jay has placed a little device here that's an alarm that if this door was to open up, well,
Well, let's
everybody
demonstrate that right now.
Everybody will hear it.
Those of you who have earphones, I do apologize, but this is an alarm system. If this gets opened, no matter where we are in the house, we're going to hear it. So we actually have two of them. One here on the cabinet in case it does open on its own, and one upstairs on one of the bedroom doors, which we're going to be showing you as we make our way up. But Alan himself has some cameras set up here already, which I'm blocking, and some equipment over here. So that way there's stuff rolling pretty much nonstop while we investigate the rest of the house. But we will spend some time here later, lights out, and to see if we can get any type of activity or even some sounds, which we actually have heard as we've been here already. We were down in the basement, we heard a thump up here. And when we walked in just a few minutes ago, prior to going live, we heard a noise in the living room. So who knows what else is going to happen tonight. So that's where we started. There's the main doorway. That is the basement, which we'll go down there in just a few moments here. And not sure if there's any light switches over here. Maybe? No.
I think it's probably just on the other
There's
side
over there. So this is the living room. It does have a sealed up fireplace. And the great thing that we discovered that I'm going to share with you is that there's really deep windowsills. The walls are super thick. So we could place equipment and objects on there to possibly, just have a good point of view, different perspective. But this is looking in the living room. Hit the switch from the other side. Oh, that switch over there. There we go. Let there be light. So living room, nothing reported in this room, but above this room is where there is reported activity. So later on we may actually sit in here quietly and listen to see if we hear anything above us. But right now, let's head to the basement. All right, watch your head on the way down, guys. Whoa! What was that? Did you hear that?
I did.
What was that? Hang on, guys. We just got activity. What are we hearing?
I don't know.
Where did the first sound come from?
I could have swore it was in here, but then it sounded like the other one came from back. Maybe that one sounded like it may have been something in here. I mean, I know for a fact that first thump, I know that got caught on camera. There's no way people didn't.
Well, people sit on here, they heard something too. All right. Some random sounds that we can't explain yet. I'm not going to say anything, but we heard it. Hopefully you guys did too. Let's go down to the basement.
Yeah, it was. I mean, that was defined too. That wasn't even.
All right, you guys see what this is? Now, this has been shared last time I was here when we did the investigation, and from our understanding, this is a real casket. When I say real, meaning it was used, complete with stains inside. This is Kara's casket that's been down here in the basement, and we don't think there's any activity tied to it, but it doesn't mean we can't check it out later in more detail. But this was a used casket, so to put it mildly. Makeup stains, okay. So there was a body in there at one time. I believe she has a mannequin in there at the moment. You want to open that top flap there, just to show?
And to even further, it wasn't a. I guess that one doesn't open all the way. Oh, I can't believe I'm touching this thing.
Yeah, so mannequin in here now, but there is makeup stains from when a body was in here. I believe it was, if I'm not mistaken, Carrie, you could correct me, this was used in a funeral home for a viewing, maybe?
Well, this was actually buried.
It was underground?
It was underground,
Oh, okay. So it was underground, buried.
Yeah, because you can see the dirt stains all along the edging there.
Yeah, it was buried. Okay.
Yeah, most of the
Alan is touching it.
I know it's gross.
Hand sanitizer.
Most of the whatchamacallit, the viewing ones are usually gold.
Okay. Or you could close it.
Oh, I should wash my hands.
You got casket hand.
I think I'd be used to this. That's a different story though.
So nothing really else down here in the basement besides basement stuff, but the casket is down here. So again, later we could maybe come down and spend some time with it, either with a trigger object or the laser grid. But yeah, I don't know any more information than what we shared already. If Kara wants to share, that's up to her. But it is a coolness factor at the very least. Oh, we're gonna head upstairs now. And we got the second floor plus a walk-up attic. As we are going about to, if you guys could let me know how quality is, both audio and visual. We are on Wi-Fi, so we should have a good connection. Okay, so here's the main staircase. It'll take us up to the second level. Audio and video are good. All right, thank you guys. This is one bedroom here. Nothing has been reported in here. Bathroom off to our right. What is this, a closet here?
I think so.
Okay.
I didn't open it.
Yep, little linen closet. You see the second set of stairs for the attic, which we'll get to last. Bedroom number 2, which is essentially over the dining room. Again, nothing reported in here. Cara said she's going to text you, but your phone's off, isn't it?
Yeah.
Alan's phone's off right now, Kara. And yes, welcome everyone that's tuning in. Thank you for being here. Sorry for not seeing all your comments, but we are trying to just kind of keep things moving. Now, this is the main bedroom here, the master bedroom, and where we have another door alarm. So I'm going to open it and turn it off, but just to demonstrate, because this is one of the rooms that is reported to have activity, both of things being moved and sound from within the room and above it. I'm looking over here instead of over here. Okay, so. All right, you ready to go in? Now, Kara, if you want to mention what part of the room that things have taken place, feel free to let us know. We could try to focus on that. There is a little, I guess you could call it like an office area back here. And then there is a master bathroom and closet space. But again, deep windowsills and a lot of room, so we could cover this from different angles. But unless I'm mistaken, she's also said she's heard footsteps above, which is the attic. Mm-hmm. So things being moved, sounds above, and also on the steps, if I'm not mistaken. So this is right.
Like kids sitting on the bed while she was laying in bed. She could feel somebody sitting on the bed.
Okay, so that's another one there. No more bed to replicate that, but interesting to learn about though. Walking up and down attic steps. Okay, so the attic steps are out there in the hallway. So I guess we'll check out the attic right now.
Jesus.
That's the noise we heard downstairs. Sound like the radiator, like something dinged it. Let me actually try to replicate that, actually. We heard that downstairs. Sounds pretty close to that.
Yeah.
But again, when we're out of the room, it's doing it.
I mean, I don't think they'd be making any cracking or anything.
I mean, radiators do make noise, but typically when the furnace is on, like turning on or turning off, when they're heating up or cooling down.
Yeah.
But I don't hear any other ones making noise.
Yeah.
They would all be doing it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's like, what's the odds too? Because when we were down there, it was the one from the room below, and then we're up here, and then all of a sudden it's one here.
All right, let's do the attic. We do have a walk-up attic. It's not finished, but you can at least walk up there. Let me shorten you guys so I don't be tripping over the legs. Give me a second. Okay. Yeah, we are currently doing a house tour, 1850 farmhouse with reported haunted activity. It's not abandoned. It is a lived-in residence, but the owner, Kara, is currently transitioning to another property, so she is graciously allowing us to come here and investigate. So here is the top of a fireplace chimney area. You can see the beams and rafters. Now on the other side is basically above Kara's bedroom. Things would move up here, she says. We could potentially leave an object up here, and a camera up here later and see if it moves. I did bring 3 trigger objects, and Alan does have his Jessie doll. VP, unfortunately, that's one of the things I had planned for tonight. I ordered 15 cat balls, and I paid extra shipping for them to arrive today, and they didn't arrive. So I don't have any cat balls. The other ones I had died. Batteries went dead, but I will have them for a future investigation. Turn the lights off. All right, so let's kill all the lights as we, you have to get that other light in there, don't you? Okay, close that door, then turn that alarm on. Okay. That light's off. That's off. Hey, Adam, good to see you here. Viper armed. Okay.
I'll try to make a mental note here. Bathroom door is wide open, and this bedroom door is wide open. The other doors are all shut.
I'm gonna get more of those alarms too, because they could be very useful.
Yeah.
For any doors or cabinets or windows even. All right, let's kill this light. Other half of the basement. Okay, when we go back down, we're gonna go over there and show that. Now, just to show you for some of the equipment here, I do have my spirit box, which is gonna be linked up to this giant speaker, which will give us good audio. And I could scan forward or reverse and control the speed to see if we could hear anything trying to make contact. Do have the laser grid, ultraviolet light, which does show purple, another light source. I do have a little John Deere green ATV, front end loader, and a ball. And right there is Alan's Jessie doll. So, Alan, if you want to walk through, kill the rest of the lights in the other rooms, and then we'll start with our formal investigation.
This way. Lights out, y'all.
All right, so just give us a couple moments here, gather our equipment.
Here we go.
Got a blip on the K2. We'll have to remember that for next time, RJ. Get the Alice orange. So where do you want to start at, and with what?
I mean, we could start here if you want. We're already in here, and then
Okay.
like kind of work room by room and work our way up or down.
Do you want to do each and every room, or primarily the rooms that have activity?
I guess we can kind of play it by ear. I mean, we could start here and then probably go over to the living room there. If we, I mean, I did see that stuff move in there
Okay.
earlier. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm game for whatever. I know I definitely want to sit in the living room, you know, to see if we hear anything above us.
yeah.
All right, let me get a couple things here. We're going to be in here, so we'll stage a couple items here. Get this out of the way.
I'll kill the light on this too while we're in here. I'll turn this off as a whole while we're in here. There's no point in wasting the battery. Just let me know when you want the light off.
Is your equipment rolling over there?
Mm-hmm.
Everything?
Yep.
All right, you can go lights off. I mean, position's a little bit better here. All right, so what you guys are looking at is the stove. I do have the orange ball and the little four-wheeler toy and my UV light showing on them, so that way we at least have some illumination to see if something was to touch it. Again, this is where the cat balls would be ideal, but we are improvising with what we have. Now, if you want to start.
Okay. Actually, we don't have a flashlight set up, do we?
Oh, where is my flashlight? Hang on. Yeah, forgot about that, guys. 1 second. It might be in my bag. Forgot about the flashlight.
Your K2 meter's going nuts.
Why is that going off? Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, so we're going to set up the mag light as well. You guys remember in the past I've used this to make contact. We adjust it so it's barely off, and the slightest touch will turn it on.
Oh, yeah.
And we have had contact at various locations, including here in the barn, Concrete City, and actually able to get some questions answered using this light source. So we're going to get this into play as well.
Huh. That's interesting.
Could be something electrical. I don't know if there's anything underneath. Like only on the counter. I don't know. Okay. All right, we should be good to go. Lights out again.
Actually, you know what? I know what it is.
Oh, okay.
That's the Wi-Fi.
Oh, Wi-Fi booster.
Yep. So let's see. That should. Yep. Bingo. All right. We got that figured out.
Okay, Wi-Fi booster plugged in there, so that's what's giving off the false signal on the K2. Okay, so trigger objects as the ball, ATV, UV light is showing on them. And I do have the mini mag light at the end of the stove adjusted ever so slightly, so if something was to touch it, it can possibly turn it on and we can use it as a form of communication.
If anybody is here, we are friends of Kara's. She has told us that you all have shown signs of being upset, that she is moving, and she did ask for us to come here and try to communicate with you a little bit.
Did you see that? Like a flashlight in there?
In that room?
Yeah.
I thought I saw something in there, yeah.
Oh, that's
the
cars.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's a window there. If anyone is here, we would like to invite you to come into the kitchen here. Whether you're upstairs or if you're downstairs, feel free to come in.
We do have a bunch of objects for you here to try to touch, to play with, to make contact with, none of which will hurt you. And we are friendly and just trying to make contact to find out if there's a message you'd like to relay. What was that? The camera shut off?
Yeah.
Was it supposed to?
It shouldn't have.
What is that, the Osmo?
Yeah.
So Alan's Osmo Action was recording in here and it just shut off on its own.
Yeah, I can stay off. I'll turn it on when we leave this room.
Now, if you like to try to touch the ball, make it move a little bit, that way we know you're here. Or if you want to push the little toy, or even the flashlight or the torch. If you try to touch it, it will turn on. It won't hurt you, but it'll let us know that you're here. We could try to contact and speak with you and maybe get you help if possible, and maybe relay a message if possible. But we have been told that you have moved things in this kitchen before, and we'd love to find out if maybe you're a former resident or something tragic took place here. But you're more than welcome to come and try to speak with us. The UV light's flickering.
Right, yeah, I see
There's
that.
brand new batteries in that.
That's weird. Why would that be doing that?
I know it's coming through on camera, but the UV light is flickering ever so slightly, and there's brand new batteries in it. I do have the K2 here. Ooh. Now there could be Wi-Fi interference, and so we gotta basically search around and see. So we know it gets stronger over here. Now over here above the stove. All right, I'm getting a couple of little blips here.
Okay.
Oh, okay, so that's the stove. So there are appliances in here. We do have to be mindful of that and know the boundaries. I'm actually going to walk through the room here and just do a sweep. So I'm currently in the dining room, walking with the K2. So far, it's dead. No pun intended. Solid green the whole time. Down low. Ooh, did you see that?
I think I did. Well, I know I saw it.
It went orange just for a split second there.
Something just made a faint pop out here.
So when I bent down, it went almost orange and then it disappeared. Now I can't replicate it again.
Ow.
That was strange. Whoa. I'm getting a solid hit and then it just disappears instantly. If this keeps up, I'll bring you guys in here with the camera. I'm just doing a sweep right now and seeing if I could follow or locate the source of this.
Yeah, I mean, if they're quick random hits, I mean, that's got to be something, I would assume. Anything electrical or Wi-Fi wouldn't.
Yeah, it would be constant. So I had 2 strong hits for a split second, and then they're gone as quick as I've had them. And I cannot find it. It's like it left. It's gone. So, I'm sure you guys heard just in the dining room there, I had 2 solid hits up to orange on the K2, which is the second to highest reading. And it was just by going up and down near the floor, near the ceiling, and twice near the floor, it went off, but I couldn't replicate it again. It was pretty much 1 hit, done, another hit, done. So far, kitchen seems to be pretty quiet. Alan, are you feeling anything at all?
I feel like it's just getting colder in here, which I'm starting to kind of pay attention to the temperature gauge on there to see if it goes any lower, because I mean, it did initially feel kind of warm in the house, and now it's feeling a little bit cold.
Now you have your thermal gun, right?
Uh-huh.
If we need to do any temperature sweeps,
Uh-huh.
we can see if there's any cold spots. For curiosity's sake, I'm going to put the flashlight in the dining room here.
Actually,
I'm going to move you guys so you can kind of see both rooms at the same time.
that banging is me if you hear it. I'm actually kind of curious if you're doing this flashlight stuff. Maybe take this one and put it on that sill ahead of us on this side.
Watch behind you. Camera's right here.
Okay.
All right, so right now we have the ball and the object here on the stove, the toy. And then in the dining room, there is the flashlight. So if anything was to happen in both these rooms, we'll be able to see it from this angle. Now, as we're rolling the entire time, Alan does have his RIM pod going and his other devices, which I don't remember the names of them. And thank you everyone for being here. We're at 253 viewers, so thank you so much for spending your Friday night with us.
All right, so flashlight's on the windowsill there, so you should be able to see both flashlights.
And I think Kara already mentioned in the chat, but she also explained to us that what she believes are friendly spirits. There was nothing bad that took place, or she didn't feel scared or harmed. It was just basically, entities making themselves known, being playful. But for a next upcoming investigation, I will have the cat balls, which have been incredibly useful in other investigations I've seen on other videos, and very much so with Vegas Paranormal. She's the one that gave me the idea. And I plan on having them for tonight, but Amazon failed to come through. What was the light in the other side of the door? Well, where you're looking, there's my finger in my hand, that's a window there, so there is outside traffic. No, we're not scared. We don't feel anything, what's the word? Malevolent?
Yeah.
Everything feels okay. The indoor camera kicked down into the kitchen here.
I'm curious. Didn't know if maybe something might want to knock back.
I'm going to go into the living room again. Sorry, dining room. I'm going to do another K2 sweep, and this way you guys are facing in there. Where the hell's my K2 meter?
Keep losing stuff.
There it
Right
is.
there.
And that way, if I get any hits, hopefully you guys could see it. So, let's see if we could replicate what we captured before. So what I'm doing is going nice and slow, floor to ceiling, and then sweeping back and forth. Now there's always a chance of what is known as residual energy, which means energy that's trapped here, and it's not intelligent, it's not active, it's just stuck here. And we have come across that before, and that's something we'll have to determine if that does happen. Whoa, flashlight just came on talking about that. Did you guys see that on camera?
It did. It was on.
I'm about 2 to 3 feet away from that, and it came on its own and went back off after a few seconds. And that was me talking about residual energy and intelligent activity. So let me move out of the way. That way you guys can see I'm not touching it. I'm going to be kind of right here.
Yes, we do know the person who lived here. We're here with their permission. It's a friend of ours.
Yeah, so it's not an abandoned home. It is actively lived in, but they're currently moving out. But it is built in 1850, and as you can imagine, a lot of families have probably lived here. So anything could have taken place. Now, if there is someone or something here with us and would like to make contact, we saw that the flashlight did come on. You can utilize that as a tool to communicate with us. If you try to touch it or pick it up, it'll turn on, and we could use that to answer and ask some questions back and forth. Did the people in the chat happen to see that light?
They did.
They did? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd seen Matt and RJ confirmed.
You don't have to be afraid of us or the tools and objects here. Nothing's going to harm you or hurt you. We do come in peace. We are friendly. And I'd love to have the opportunity to try to speak or make contact with you and try to help you in any way possible. I'm going to do another K2 sweep. I'm going to kind of basically do what I did before when the light came on and see if we can make that happen again. Now, at the same time, as you already know, Alan is rolling video for his channel. So what you guys can't see, Alan's basically following me with his camera, and you'll be able to see on his video if anything does happen, and make sure that we're not doing anything inadvertently to make the things come to life, so to speak. So just wanted to kind of cross-reference that we are covering each other's.
Whoa!
There we go. Thank you for turning that on. If there's someone here with us, can you turn it back off? That's on like bright too, like
Yeah.
hard hit.
That ain't even. Oh, wow.
Wow, that instantly went off, like didn't even fade off.
Yeah, that was a.
It's like they hit the switch.
Wow. That's like a first.
Yeah, it's always been subtle. That was a hard on and off.
It's like almost as if it knows what it's doing.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
And again, Alan is at least 6 feet away from it. I'm about 3 feet away. Now, if you are here with us, can you try to do that again, please? It's nothing more than a flashlight, or known as a torch. And if you can make that go on and off like you did, We could try to communicate with you.
Huh.
It definitely, if something is here, it got our attention without a doubt, but it doesn't seem like it really wants to communicate though. And putting the K2 by it, there's nothing right now, just solid green.
Well, here's the thought too. So if she was saying that upstairs in her bedroom, if she was laying in the bed, it felt like kids were like jumping on the bed or like sitting on the bed. There's probably a strong chance that as kids, they were probably jumping up and sitting on the sills too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, I mean, that could have even been like a kid that ran by and decided to just like kind of.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
Because that would explain too, like the immediate on and off, like a kid, you like kind of just jumped right on it and then jumped right off. I mean, it's probably a possible scenario.
So we do know that when we investigated here in the past in the barn, we did make contact with a young girl, and with Kara's help, we believe we set her free. The barn, last time Al investigated it, was quiet, no activity at all. And we were in there prior to going live because Alan did record on his channel. And again, nothing, just really quiet. Spirits don't stay still. It definitely utilizes energy to turn the light on, and we don't care how long it goes on for, but we've had incredible activity in the past with the flashlight where it basically went on and off on command almost. You'll find more activity upstairs and in the basement, hopefully. We are optimistic, and we're very early into this too.
I mean, at least with the flashlight going off, what was it, twice that it went off now? I mean, at least that kind of gives us like an idea that there's definitely, you know, something going on. I mean, for the flashlight to go off, I mean, there's really no like tricking that. Like, it's not like the Wi-Fi could pass through like with like the K2 meter or nothing. There's just genuinely nothing that can manipulate the flashlight.
I'm cutting in and out. You mean audio-wise? Is anyone else picking that up? Shouldn't be, because I'm within inches from the receiver. It was funny though, because just as you said that, my K2 was briefly going off as I was standing here. No audio issues, okay. All right, guys, we're gonna give you a decision to make here because we do wanna make you feel involved and have some input. So right now, we're gonna move on to a different room. So we could either move upstairs to Kara's bedroom, or we could go down to the basement, which Kara did state to check the other side as well. So comment number 1 for bedroom, number 2 for basement, and we'll go with majority. RJ, the coffin's already occupied. There's a dummy in there. You see this? This was just, oh, maybe it's that. Okay, that makes sense. All right, looks like we got mostly number 2s, so I think they want us to go to the basement.
Everybody's favorite place.
What do you think we should bring down there with us? Definitely laser grid, I think.
Yeah, laser grid. We could bring a flashlight. Oh, look, the K2 just mind blipped.
Did it?
Yeah.
Ooh, flashlight's on.
Oh, maybe it does want us to bring the flashlight. Now, see, you know, now, that's what I don't understand. That's what's weird, because my K2 blipped, and then that went on. Kind of like almost as if something just like passed right through over to. That's weird.
So as we're making mention of heading downstairs, the light came on again. As you saw, we're both in the kitchen here.
I almost get the feeling like whatever's like up here doing this is not like communicating with us, like it's
It's like it's doing its own thing.
The residual.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Like it's on its own course and it's just not even minding that we're here.
It doesn't seem to be intelligent so far. Okay, it's not doing anything on command. It's just doing its own thing. All right, so we're going to take definitely the K2. We'll bring the torch, the flashlight, bring the laser grid. I think for now we can leave the trigger objects up here.
Yeah.
So let me kill the UV light.
You want me to turn the light back on for now then?
No, I think we're okay.
Okay.
I'll be able to get what I need.
Okay.
Just keep in mind too, guys, as we are going to be about the house, the kitchen cabinet and Kara's bedroom both have alarms. So if the cabinet door opens or the bedroom door opens, we're going to hear it. It's a loud piercing sound, as you heard. So we're just going to be keeping our ears open if that was to happen. But let me get the flashlight.
I'm going to get the get this guy set up. Okay.
I need my laser grid.
All right, so that's rolling, so that'll keep an eye on things up here. Do you want to try? Your speaker downstairs?
Oh, with the spirit box?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to carry it down?
Yeah.
It's hooked up already. Just got to carry them both.
Okay.
Sorry about that, guys. I got to adjust you so we can get downstairs. And once we do get down here, we will kill the lights. Yes, we have the K2, laser grid, and spirit box, and the flashlight. So, Kara, should we focus on the right side over here? And if so, any particular part? I know we got this little back room here.
Let's sit this down here for right now.
The back area. All right, so we're not in the area of the coffin. We are down in the basement of this little room here. I don't even know what this is for. Kara could probably explain that. And if Kara, if you want to let us know what we should be focusing on or what we should be looking for or listening for, feel free to share. I'll just give you guys a brief look in here so you can see what it looks like. So, it's a little stoned off room.
Oh, watch your head too. There's like cobwebs
Yeah, Cobweb City. Feel the pressure. Okay. Kara, does it matter which side we focus on, like the side I'm facing at now or the right side over here? This is actually going to be a perfect room for the laser grid and the flashlight. Strange whining noise. Well, there is a furnace down here and a hot water heater. The right side.
It's the oil burner.
Okay, so we're going to position ourselves over here and we'll focus on this corner over here. So right here is the laser grid. I'm going to get this set up on the ground. And we'll put the flashlight somewhere over there as well.
Oh my God, look at all of them.
Yeah. Yeah, we just got to kill these other lights here. Hang on a second.
Yeah, I'll put my...
Oh, let's bring the spirit box over there too. Kara, where is there a light switch for the basement, the main lights? See if you can read the chat to get her answer.
Yeah, is there a main light switch?
Probably at the top of the steps.
Yeah, probably. There should be one at the bottom then, you would think, too. Top of steps.
All right, hang on. Let me kill these lights.
And yeah, don't worry, we will go to the side where the casket is. You just have
that
to
doesn't work. Hang on.
stay and wait for that one. But it is actually essentially behind this wall on the other side there.
I can't get the basement lights off. Oh, wait. Red switch. Oh, that was the boiler. Ask her where the light switch is.
Where's the light switch? He found the switch that killed the boiler. Oh, she said pull the strings.
Oh.
Yeah, we figured maybe there was a main. Oh, that's a dead mouse right there. Ugh.
All right, lights are off.
Yeah, just watch that on the floor there.
Oh, it's a decaying mouse. All right, so we got the laser grid up. I'm going to do the flashlight now. I'm going to do it on the floor facing the camera. We're going to start with these two first, and then we'll move on to the spirit box. All right. Ooh. Ugh. Got spider webs on me.
Nah.
I wear the laser grid well. Good to know. And it's actually coming through pretty good on camera here. I'm going to raise you guys up a little bit. So this is known as a laser grid. And what it is, it's a laser, almost like a higher end laser cat toy type of thing. This one's a bit more powerful, can shoot actually up to the clouds. What it has on it though is a lens that distributes that one laser into a grid, and it puts a pattern on the wall. And what we're looking for is movement in the grid, or on the grid. And this has actually been an incredibly useful tool when we investigated the barn, because we actually had some significant movement pass in front of the laser grid. And we don't know what it was, but if you guys remember seeing that, it was pretty amazing to see. So
Turn my phone back off. It's only making noise.
what is it?
No, I turned my phone on, and my cameras at the house are dinging, so turn that off.
So we're reaching out to any spirits that are possibly here. We are friends of Kara. She does know that you were here. She has experienced her presence, has heard and seen things while she was here. And as you know, she is moving out and believes that you are upset about that, and asked us to come here to try to make contact with anyone or anything that is here. So on the wall is a green laser grid. It's nothing that will hurt you, but if you do walk in front of it, we'll be able to see your movement. There's also a flashlight / torch on the ground. If you try to touch it or pick it up, it will turn on, and you can utilize either of those to try to communicate with us.
I do want to throw this out there too. You can mildly hear some traffic going by, and again, still the oil burner.
If you guys have any questions you think we should ask, feel free to put them in the chat and we'll try to get to some of them.
Yeah, I'm actually curious. I want to see something real quick because there's a lot of, you can see a lot of specks, like little green specks, which should, I would assume that would be dust, but I don't necessarily know that we stirred that much up. I'm going to turn my flashlight on real quick and see if there's any dust. Okay, yeah, there is.
Yeah, there's dust.
There's plenty of it. Okay.
If there's anyone here with us, can you please tell us your name? I got a good one I'm going to ask in just a second. I just want to give them enough time.
Okay. I forgot how good the laser grid looks on your phone.
If whoever is here is upset that Kara is leaving, please let us know by either touching the flashlight or walking in front of the grid. If anyone or anything is here, please make contact with us. We are here to be friendly and to come in peace and just to try to communicate and let others know that you are here and to try to help in any way we can. We just need to know that you can hear us and that you are willing to communicate. So please try to turn on the flashlight or walk in front of the grid. You know what? Someone mentioned it. And actually, come here, Alan. Look at the screen here. Do you see anything?
Not catching my attention.
Do you want me to show you what I see?
Yeah.
So, see that brighter circle?
Right.
There's one there, and then dark there. That looks like a face. The head, 2 eyes, the mouth right there.
Oh, yeah. Huh.
Yeah, I think Jacqueline or someone said about looks like a face on the wall, and we do see it now.
Yeah.
I think it's just coincidence, but yeah, I definitely do see it kind of looking to the side like that. Did you used to live in this farmhouse or work on the farm? Yeah, there's a definite face. That is so weird that it chose that pattern on the wall to represent, looks like a skull mat that it does.
Yeah, skull is exactly what it looks like.
Yeah, that is.
And right where that black spot is the mouth.
Exactly, yep. That is so weird. How's it look on your camera? Does it look the same?
You don't see that.
No. Might just be the angle. Jacqueline and Adam saw it. Good catch with that.
Yeah, because I mean, even just general perspective, I mean, because like you can see there is a clear difference between.
Oh yeah.
Like I don't know if you'll be able to see like, but like, you kind of get the idea. My screen's a lot darker than what you guys are seeing on there, so it is definitely a lot more visible on there. It's like the green is way more like fluorescent on the phone.
We're going to keep this up for a few more minutes, and then I think we're going to move on to both the flashlight and the spirit box. So far, we haven't heard anything in the house other than just traffic outside. You don't have to be afraid of us if you are down here. And if you are upstairs and you can hear us, please come down. We would love to communicate with you. And just to talk to you guys who are watching live right now, I just want to thank you again for being here. As of right now, we haven't caught anything significant. A couple flashlight hits, K2 hits, and some noises off camera, but just glad you're here with us though to give some input and some feedback as well. So you guys are very much appreciated. Saying possibly an EVP, someone might have heard. Now, if you guys are listening with earphones or earbuds or anything like that, you could hear a lot better than we could. And a lot of sounds don't get heard until it's on the playback of the recording. So even if you guys watch this on the replay, which I'm going to myself, earphones will be probably your best tool to possibly hear something off camera that we didn't hear in person.
I'll tell you, though, it's like it's too still here. Like right here, kind of gives that same vibe like what was over in the barn. Like it's very.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable right here. I'm not.
I mean, we could move over to by the casket.
Yeah. I don't. Just honestly, I don't feel like there's anything.
Kara said possibly a heaviness feeling, but I don't feel that. I'm not as sensitive as you guys either, so I don't feel things that you guys typically feel, but I do know, like in the barn though, in the past I have felt differently than I do now. And it feels perfectly normal at the moment.
Yeah, because realistically, if we're this calm, relaxed, the flashlight hasn't hit or anything, I would personally say probably reposition over there before setting up the
spirit box.
The spirit box, yeah, because I think right here, I don't think you're going to get anything. I mean, you can always try it if you want to, but
yeah, I'm going to just give it another moment or two, then we'll move over. RJ said at least he's not here to chase the spirits away like last time. Now, when you guys were here, you and RJ, was that after we made contact with that girl, or was that before?
It was after, yeah.
So that would make sense why it was kind of dead.
Yeah, it was totally dead.
Okay.
I don't think there's a single hit on anything. I mean, some of the viewers probably watching probably remember that, but it was...
Yeah, it was like night and day. If you guys remember the barn investigation where we made contact with the little girl, and then after that, both Alan and RJ came back, did a live stream investigation. There was zero activity. So it seems like whatever was here, we kind of were able to help it move along.
Which, yeah, since then, from what Kara says, is that the activity has stopped out there, but there's still what happens inside the house here, so...
And make sure you guys check out Alan's video when he does release it, because we actually did go out to the barn and kind of just get a sense of things, give you another look at it. And we did get startled, but it wasn't by anything supernatural. Just put it like that. Is that your stomach?
Yep.
All right, I think we should move over to the coffin.
Yeah.
So let's get some light on. All right, guys, give us a couple moments. We're going to reposition to the other end of the basement, and we'll try where the coffin is. Now, from there, see, it's definitely working because I picked up and went out. From there, we could actually put the K2 on top of the coffin.
Right. Probably that and the flashlight.
Yeah, flashlight and K2 on top of the coffin. We'll do that. If you want to take the spirit box speaker. Now, people are asking, why is there a coffin in the basement? And I believe, and maybe you're tuning in after we've already explained it, but yes, this is Kara's coffin. She bought it, and it was actually used. There was a body in it at one time, and it was buried underground. So that is kind of neat. We don't think there's anything attached to it, but it doesn't mean that it can't necessarily draw something to it. Now, there is a mannequin inside of it right now, like a Halloween dummy, so we can't go inside of it, but we are going to position the spirit box and the flashlight and the K2 over there
You just had somebody super chat popped up.
Was there?
Yeah, it was like real quick.
Real flight. Sheets run on me after you guys are done tonight. You got it, Matt. Thank you so much for that. Yep, Kara does have a hearse, and we did show that on Alan's video too. We actually did get some K2 hits over by it on Alan's video. So again, Alan's video will show you those places on his video. So what am I doing? K2.
You guys know I like my caskets and stuff, but not this one.
You need to eat or something.
I know, that's probably why Matt said that.
Yes, if you guys hear any residual stomach growling, it's Alan. Gotta give him a Snickers.
Yeah, then the ghosts will come out.
All right, so I do have, I'm covered in cobwebs. K2's on top of it, as is the mini mag light.
Tablet ripped in my face.
And then we'll turn on the spirit box in just a few moments here. Now guys, those of you watching, feel free to give us your feedback here. Would you prefer us to have it 100% pitch black? Or would you prefer to have like a dim light just so you could see what you're looking at? Feel free to tell us what you think. Vegas Paranormal, great job, guys. $10 super chat. Thank you so much there, VP. So we're kind of split between dim light and pitch black.
Does that look good on?
Yeah, I think we're good right now. It's dark enough, but just enough light to see it. So, all right, we'll leave it like this for now. If we have to, we'll go pitch black. So if there is anyone or anything down here with us, my name is Jay. This is Alan. We are friends of Kara. She does know that there is activity here, spirits that are lingering behind, and she has moved out of this home and thinks that you guys are upset about it. And we're here to try to make contact to try to maybe get some questions answered. And down here on top of her casket is the K2 device with the green light and a flashlight. If you try to go near them, to touch them, pick them up, they will activate, showing us that you are there, but they will not harm you. And we could possibly utilize them to make contact with you. So if anyone is here, please feel free to go over there and try to touch it or pick it up and let us know that you're here with us.
And one thing we'll point out with you guys, because I know it's a common kind of question, and things people do talk about it and whatnot, but a lot of people would say that there's not going to be anything attached to the casket, which is and people say that about hearses as well.
And cemeteries as well.
Yeah, but the thing is, for anybody that knows, my hearse always has activity. Kara's hearse, which again we were just at, which you guys will see on my video, there was some K2 hits around. It does seem kind of crazy, but you really never know what something's going to be drawn to, and probably sometimes they don't necessarily have a choice. It is still kind of that realm that we don't really fully understand, but there very well could still be something based around it. I think it's just a matter of what object they tend to cling to, but most of us think, just because it's an object associated with death, we would assume like, oh, something is to it because it's death related, or some people would assume, well, there's no reason a spirit would want to cling on to something of that nature. So it still kind of is a toss-up, just like everything else.
And the one thing I explain to people too is, we get questions, I have in the past anyways, why do you go to cemeteries? They're not haunted. Well, basically it's their final resting place. So it would make sense for a spirit to go and visit their final resting place. And we've done investigations at a couple cemeteries and have gotten some decent activity there. Mm-hmm. So just because they didn't die there per se, doesn't mean they go there, that they don't go there to visit.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody asked too if we have any equipment running upstairs as we're down here. So you are recording in the kitchen, right?
Yes.
So Alan is recording right now in the kitchen the whole entire time. And probably when we get back upstairs, he's going to reposition to maybe down here or a different room. But yes, there is something recording at all times for his channel. Now, Kara, who lived here, would like us to ask you if you want us to leave. Whoa, look at that.
Whoa. Whoa.
The K2 just went orange. Yep. Whatever's there, can you hear me?
Whoa. Oh, no
Look at,
way.
oh, it went red.
No freaking way. Let me pick this
Let
up.
me get you guys a little closer. Hang on here. We're getting some significant K2 hits.
This is unbelievable.
That was the strongest hit all evening.
And that was immediate responses.
Yep, look at that.
Dude.
Okay, we know that you're there. We could see you. We could see you activating the K2. Thank you for doing that. If you can hear my voice and understand me, please make it light up again.
Oh, it blipped. Oh, yeah,
Yep.
There we go.
Look at
This is insane. I'm mind blown by this right now.
the K2 measures electromagnetic frequency. And there's different things that could set it off, like faulty wiring or microwaves, cell phones, but there's nothing around that at the moment. Otherwise, it would be going off the entire time. Do you know who Kara is, who lived here? Please make it light up for yes. Yep. Are you upset that she moved out? Please make it go orange for yes. Were you happy that Kara was living here?
That was immediate.
Yep. And those are orange hits.
Yeah.
Well,
Wow, flashlight. This is insane.
Thank you for doing this. Okay, so now we have both the flashlight and K2 activating at the same time.
I can't believe this.
I tell you another thing too, which I don't know if you picked up on it, but the vibe feels different here than it did in the other room.
But it's just odd because we've investigated this before on my channel before we went and did the live out in the barn, and there was nothing here. Because you put the K2 all around this thing and there was nothing. We were just here for how long, just carrying on normal conversation for a decent amount of time, and there was nothing. And then the moment you started asking questions, it started. That to me is solid.
Yeah, so if you guys heard what Alan said, which I'm sure you did, the vibe feels different from it did earlier. Your flashlight's flickering.
That's weird. Why would that flicker?
I don't know, but I just saw, when I said it, it went dim.
And it's fully charged.
It was like a slight flicker. It's doing like my UV light did upstairs.
And that's weird because that's the...
Is that an old light?
Yeah.
No, those are reliable lights.
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. Huh.
Are you upset that we're here in Kara's house? I'm
It
actually
feels really cold right here.
I'm going to back away a little bit because I moved the camera closer. I'm going to stay back here a little bit. So where you guys are positioned with the camera right now, I'm about 4 feet behind you guys, just to give us some space. So it didn't light up with my question there.
Okay. I'll be honest. We're going to put the spirit box on. What?
Couple moments. This is...
That was my light that just flickered, and now the K2's hitting
Okay.
me.
Is there more than one spirit here? Please try to make it stay orange a bit longer for yes. All right, thank you for that. Are there any children here? Flashlight hit almost instantaneously.
Do you feel the temperature drop, though?
I don't at the moment.
I'm feeling it, and it's way colder.
Can you please turn the light off? Just take your hand away or move away from it and the light will go back off. I know it's probably like a fun toy for you, but if you could, please turn it off. Thank you. Is there a female spirit in this house? Is there a male spirit in this house? Not getting anything at the moment here.
Is there a spirit in this house that does not contain a gender?
Back away again.
Now, here's the thing, some food for thought too. If you remember back when we did the barn, I think we were getting to a point of communication where it seemed like there was something that was holding spirits, like the girl was afraid.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Because she was afraid to look for her mom because there was something else there, which is where we came into play with being able to help, and she was less afraid because we were there. So
there's a chance they don't want to identify themselves.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're trapped here?
I would almost worry that this is the one doing the trapping.
Flashlight. So you possibly may feel like you're trapped here. Is there someone else or something holding you here? If so, please make the green light turn orange.
Are you the one holding spirits here?
Kill your light, Alan.
Now we're in pitch dark.
It's a whole nother vibe there.
Yeah.
Do you like that we're here with you? Kind of bizarre, but at the same time, it's not, where we're just super frequent activity, and now it's almost nothing.
Yeah, but it's crazy too, because of course we were talking about the whole being trapped incident.
Yeah.
And now it's hushed. And blip.
People are mentioning about putting the laser grid on, but you think we should try the spirit box?
I would try the spirit box. The only thing I'd be slightly concerned about with the laser grid here is how reflective it's going to be off of the casket.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, with the casket being a shiny surface, it's going to bounce off it like crazy. Oh, it's blipping. If you're still here with us, make it go solid orange. We know you're here. There's no sense to hide. You don't have to be afraid of us.
It is pretty dark down here. Can you turn the flashlight back on? That's crazy.
Thank you for doing that. Can you make the flashlight stay on longer? I'm just perplexed, though, as to what made that K2 go red earlier. Thank you for turning the flashlight on.
And there it is doing it.
And we asked you to leave it on, and it's doing so. We got K2 going and the flashlight. Something is over there right now. Yep, it's confirming something's there. Thank you for communicating with us. Whatever it is came back over here. I'm actually getting the chills as we speak.
Yeah, I told you, you can feel it. The temperature has dropped significantly.
I physically got the chills just at that moment when I said it. Well, Alan's recording on his camera, so any EVPs that are captured will be captured during playback when he edits.
I mean, I'll be honest, I have no excuse for any of this right now.
Yeah. Like I said, if there was any type of faulty wiring or some type of source that was giving off EMFs, that light would be going nonstop. The fact that it's in and out makes it very hard to decipher what the source is.
Yeah. And not to sound like I'm making a pun or anything, but I mean, those things sitting on that casket is as dead as it gets. There's nothing. I mean, you can see along the ceiling here, there's no wires running.
And there's only the two of us here. I mean, we have no way to make that happen on our own.
And I mean, you're talking basement too, so there's no power boxes and outlets, along the wall down here. I mean, it's dry. I mean, there's nothing.
All right, right now, I'm going to give you guys a chance to let us know that you want to continue. I'm talking to the viewers right now. 245 people watching. We're at 188 thumbs up. If we could get close to 200 or over 200, we're going to turn on the spirit box and try to make contact with that. Seems like things are getting kind of ramped up here. So if you guys are watching, who knows what's going to take place for the next mere moments that we're down here. And we still have to go upstairs to Kara's bedroom and the attic. So we still have much more to investigate. We're going to ask that, Kara, once we get the spirit box on. Thank you, everyone, for the thumbs up. We reached 200. Thank you so very much. Let's get the spirit box turned on. Alan, can you give me some light? There you go.
Well, at least people can see the proof. It doesn't matter if it's a hearse, a casket, or a headstone. I mean, these kind of occurrences can just happen anywhere. Power on.
I do have a speaker, portable speaker here, which is hooked up to the, it just turned on, hooked up to the spirit box. I'm going to have it on AM frequency, and we're going to start scanning backwards.
Whoa, what was that? Oh, was that you sitting?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so spirit box is there on top of the casket, hooked up to the speaker. K2 is still running, as is the flashlight still there as well. If there's anyone here with us, please try to use the spirit box to speak with us. We'll be able to hear your voice or a word that you say. If you guys need it louder, let me know. I'll turn it louder. Yes, we are scanning AM radio in reverse. I'm actually going to make that scan a little bit faster. Do you guys need it louder, or is it loud enough? Jeff, there is more than one way. Sometimes white noise does work, as does the spirit box, where it scans stations and the spirit could latch onto a word being broadcast to communicate.
Flashlight. K2 is just hitting. Yep.
Flashlight, too.
Wow.
If you wish to communicate with us, please use one of the devices on top of the casket. If you want to use the K2, please make it turn orange. Wow. Thank you. That was a solid orange. Thank you for doing so.
Red. I almost wonder if it doesn't like that sound.
I was actually going to ask that. Does this sound bother you? Wow, it went red. If you want us to turn this off, make the light go red. You hear that?
Yeah.
A voice just came through. I couldn't read it out though.
I'll have to hit that in editing.
Yeah, we'll have to slow that down and hear what that. There was a voice that came through. Lights on, K2's hitting.
Did you like hearing your own voice?
Was that you that communicated with us using the spirit box? If so, make the lights go orange. Yep, there's orange. Solid.
It's crazy.
Can you say something again? Can you tell us why you're here? There's sounds like some attempts of voices coming through. This is where Alan's footage is going to be useful, because when he edits, he can slow it down and amplify it.
I mean, especially that first.
Yeah,
that was something clear, but we didn't catch it.
Now, we asked you earlier, we'll ask you again, do you feel like you're stuck here? Can you possibly give us a name? Tell us one of your names, please. Should I slow down the scan, do you think, or should we keep it like
I
that?
think it's at a good speed.
Okay. Are you still here with us? Can you please let us know? That was something.
Yeah.
All right, you're still here. Thank you for confirming that. Thank you for answering.
Are you angry with us?
Sound like the word now, it said. Let me see what I'm scanning at to see. Scan 150 milliseconds. Okay, we'll keep it at that speed. I'm actually going to move the flashlight to a different part of the casket here. And we're going to see if it still does it. I'm going to put it near the spirit box. And the K2, I'm just going to reposition to the middle here a little bit more. So I know on camera, it looks like that there is a light right there where I'm pointing at. Actually, it just looks like it was on, it just went out. I thought that was a reflection. All right, we've moved the objects, but they're still there. Can you please touch one of them to let us know that you're still here? None of this equipment will hurt you, so don't be afraid of it. Is that the flashlight?
Yep.
Do you know where you are? Would you like us to leave the basement and go upstairs?
Can you give us a sign that you're still here with us?
We could possibly try to help you, but we need to communicate with you.
If you want us to stay down here, try to say yes.
Would you like me to turn that speaker off? It just went cold again. There's nothing.
What was that? Did you hear that bang?
Yeah. I will say the chills I had before are gone.
Yeah. The cold's not there.
Flashlight.
And I mean, that's something to take into consideration too, is that the equipment has now moved to a different section of the casket and it is still functioning. So there's really no fluke of placement.
I'm gonna kill the spirit box for now. We'll see if it wants to use the K2 or light to keep communicating. If not, we're gonna have to move upstairs, I think.
Yeah.
Because it definitely feels a bit different down here now.
Power off.
All right, so as you guys heard, I did turn it off. K2 is still there. Ow, just bang my head off the beam. K2 is still there, as is the flashlight. Sharon Buffett with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much for that, Sharon. As I was saying, hopefully you guys heard it over the speaker, but the vibe, the feeling does feel different down here. Earlier, I had the chills. It felt just different, and now it feels like it did earlier in the other room. But okay, there's the flashlight. All right, we see you turning on the flashlight. Can you please touch the other device to make it light up orange or even red? It's also a possibility too, as spirits do try to communicate, that they do tire themselves out. So it could be losing its strength. It may be getting spooked out where it doesn't feel safe anymore, or something is telling it not to communicate anymore. Unfortunately, we don't have those answers though.
I mean, that's the thing. I'll be honest. That was some of the most solid we've ever had.
Yeah. We don't have an SLS camera with us tonight. Yeah, those hits earlier initially went red, and there's no explanation, zero explanation. Flashlight's going again. Seems like something's lingering over there, but it's not making solid contact. All right, we see you. We know you're there.
See, I almost wonder if the K2 takes more energy to use, because I feel like with the K2, it's like it measures the power.
Yeah, also
Whereas,
the flashlight, they're more familiar with it too.
Yeah, and the flashlight, it's mainly bridging a connection. It's not as... But yeah, I got nothing. I can't explain this.
We don't want to disturb you if you want to remain down here by yourself. If you could possibly let us know that you'd like us to leave, we will leave you alone and move upstairs. Is there anyone or anything upstairs right now as we're speaking?
That got brave.
I think that's a pretty clear answer. Can you please turn the light off? All right, have a good night, whoever's leaving. Thank you for being here. Can you please turn the light back off? Thank you.
Yeah, see, that basically reverts back to what we were saying earlier with upstairs. When the light goes on and off, usually that's, that's how we see it go off. Not just an immediate...
Prime example of what it typically does.
Can you touch the green light one more time? Even if it's just a little bit?
If you could touch the green light or make the flashlight come on one more time, we will then move upstairs and leave you alone, unless you wish to follow us.
I almost get the feeling it's done.
Yeah. All right, we got our flashlight hit. It does seem like it's not being as quick with the responses, so it could just be losing energy or just kind of over what we're doing here. But we're going to take that as a yes to our answer. I'm sorry, to our question. And we're going to move upstairs now.
It almost makes me wonder if there was something else down here too, with why we were feeling the way we were feeling. Plus, I mean, just the red hits like that on command is just...
Those are some of the strongest hits I've ever had on the K2.
And especially when I'm being direct response too. I mean, that's just...
Yeah, it just, nothing triggered it. It just did its own thing.
It's definitely an unexplainable instance.
Do you want to take this?
Yep.
All right, everyone, we're going to head upstairs. We're going to go to the kitchen and then regroup and see where we're going to go from there. We still have to do the bedroom and the attic.
I'm going to check on the kitchen too, actually, when we go up here, see if anything's moved noticeably.
Now, as mentioned, Alan has been recording the entire time in the kitchen, so during his analysis, he'll be able to find out if anything took place.
My light's off. Is that light, the flashlight was on this? Wasn't that on too?
No, I shut that off.
Oh, okay. That's odd, because yeah, that's not dead. Huh.
So your flashlight was on
It
when
was
we were down there,
It was on, yeah.
and you came up, it was off.
Yep.
All right, so we'll have to hopefully see during analysis what caused that to happen. All right, so this is the kitchen. This is where we started off. There's been reports of activity in here, mainly items or objects being removed from the cabinets. As you can see, we do have the Jessie doll, a paper plate, and some equipment above and below it. And on our back side here, we did show that we do have an alarm on the cabinet so that if it opens, it goes off. We also have one on the bedroom door upstairs. All right, so what do you want to do? Bedroom?
Yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna get a quick drink and then we're gonna head up to Kara's bedroom. If Kara is watching, she could explain to the viewers as to exactly what took place. I believe it was movement on the bed when she was sleeping, and also hearing footsteps up and down the attic steps, which is nearby the bedroom. I think I'm going to bring some trigger objects up. Got the ball, the four-wheeler, UV light, K2. Do you want to bring your flashlight up, or do you want me to bring mine?
I was going to...
Why did that go out? That's the UV light, IR light's kicking on because the light went out, I think. Is your battery died?
It shouldn't. I mean, that's not a dead battery.
Yeah, so his light just went off as we were here.
I mean, wow.
You want to try your K2? You want to leave your stuff here? I mean, the other thing I was going to mention too, do you want to switch your stuff to a different room?
Yeah, we could.
That way it's recording somewhere else?
Yeah. I'm just like, I'm so like persistent on hoping that doll moves though. That's the only bad thing. Yeah. I'm really trying to take with what she said about the stuff with the cabinets. And that's kind of another problem too. I'm not going to be able to actually even do that if that's shutting off.
I mean, if you position to another room, you can always use a flashlight as a light source. So I even have this light here.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Whoa! That's blinding.
I could turn it down now. So we have extra light
That
sources.
works. Yeah, I want to try to hold out on this a little bit longer while we go upstairs. Because I'm like, I really want to see that doll move from this cabinet.
How's that look in your camera?
It looks good.
Like that?
Yeah. Yep.
Do you have your flashlight set up or anything? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Flashlight set.
All right, so I got K2 UV light, the 2 toys, got my flashlight, and I guess we'll bring the laser grid. All right, you want to carry a couple things?
Yeah.
I got the rest of it here. All right, everyone, we're going to head up to the 2nd floor, go to Kara's bedroom, and we'll set up shop there.
I want to see this doll get knocked out of the cabinet.
Or open the cabinet, make the alarm go off.
Oh, let me shoot this actually.
So as mentioned, there's a nearby roadway, so you may see some lights, and here's some traffic. We are going close to the roadway now.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I got to shut the alarm off.
Tell you what, Carrie, you got good taste in picking haunted houses.
It's got the perfect vibe.
2 for 2 right now. You want to leave this open or shut it?
Could leave it open, just in case we hear anything in the other rooms.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the bedroom. Just to give you a look one more time for those who are tuning in afterwards from the initial tour. There's a bathroom there. And that leads out to the hallway. The door off to the left, which is closed, is the attic. So Kara has reported sounds above her, which would be in the attic, and also, sounds of footsteps up and down the steps. And we do have a couple trigger objects. So what I'm wondering, I guess you could probably do both, is to place one object maybe on a windowsill. Mm-hmm. I'm covered in cobwebs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's all down your...
Really?
Yeah.
Can you brush it off?
You're probably better off taking it off, to be
Really?
honest.
All right,
That and your hat, yeah.
Oh, geez. Thanks, Kara. your basement is latched onto me.
Yeah, you're better off just taking your hoodie off and shaking it.
I'll do that later. Do you think we should put something in the windowsill and something on the floor, or both? Or?
Yeah, I would say if we're going to do the sills, I guess we could probably
set it maybe over here or over there.
Yeah.
Shoot to where the open sill is.
I wish I knew where her bed was.
Maybe she could tell us. Actually, maybe we could. Looks like it was maybe here.
Yeah. Yeah, that had to have been that was probably it.
So this would be behind the bed then, if we put it on that windowsill.
Yeah.
So I think we should try that.
Let's set this down for right now. I gotta run downstairs and get my charger for that.
Okay.
Actually.
Okay, so this is our setup right now. Do have the little toy and the ball on the windowsill, which would be behind the bed where activity was reported when she was sleeping in this room. And I'm going to position myself back here. I'm actually gonna get down to a child's level, which means I'm gonna sit on the ground. I'm gonna lower you guys down so I can still read the comments. But I'm gonna sit on the ground myself to see if I could feel or hear anything at a child-sized level, so to speak.
here.
You guys still hear me? You still hear us?
Let me get the light.
Hang on, I'm gonna take this coat off for a second and all right, have a good night to whoever's leaving. Feel free to catch the replay. I'm going to try to put some timestamps in the pinned comment or description of when activity does take place once I do go through the video myself. So no need to check back right away, but we will try to highlight any important moments. I'm just going to leave this off for now. K2, I'm going to put over there. We're on to the flashlight next. You just have to kill that light. Are we coming through okay? Because the stream said it just restarted. Hopefully it didn't. Everything's good. Okay. I guess there's a blip on my end. So we are in the 1850 farmhouse. This is Kara's home, which she no longer lives in. And this is her bedroom, the master bedroom of the house. And where we are looking at is where the general area of the bed was. And she reported movement on the bed when she was sleeping. And she also heard footsteps and noises above and nearby on the stairwell. So on the windowsill there is my UV light facing the little toy, the ball, and down on the ground the green light is the K2 meter. So if anyone is up here with us, we just came from the basement where we did make contact with someone or something. And we would like to know if you'd like to communicate with us if you are here with us right now. There are some toys up there if you want to play with. There's a ball and a little four-wheeler. You're welcome to move them. Kara states she would feel like jumping on the bed and even pull the blankets off. It's unfortunate we can't replicate that with the lack of bed, but I mean, if you wanted to, you could lay where the bed was. See if you feel anything, if anything touches you. All right, so Alan is on the floor. I'm just going to show you really quick. Laying like a corpse. And we'll see if anything does try to touch him. So far, the feeling is very calm and quiet. Nothing feels out of the ordinary. Now, if you don't wish to touch any of these objects, you're welcome to make a sound or a noise. You can knock on the wall. You can move something else. You could try to speak. We do come in peace. We are friendly. And we are friends with Kara, who asked us to come here and try to speak with you.
Are you moving? No. It's where I felt like little bits of vibration in the floor.
What was that? Your phone?
Yeah. Let's turn that back off again. Yeah, because especially with my head on the floor, I can really feel the vibrations.
Yeah, I'm not moving at all. Now, Kara, when you heard noises, did you hear any above you in the attic, or was it just on the attic steps? Yes, I'm sure you guys could hear the traffic outside. It's not overpowering, but loud enough to hear it.
Yeah, see, that's the other thing too, with us being like how you're sitting on the floor and I'm laying here, like if there was any footsteps or anything, I mean, we would feel it.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Danny and Kara, not sure if you heard my question. Did you hear anything upstairs above you in the attic, or just on the steps going up to the attic? Okay, so we'll have to keep our ears peeled for above and nearby. Should we try the flashlight, you think?
Probably not a bad idea.
Would you guys like us to do the flashlight test again? See if anyone wants to make contact with that? So far, nothing with the K2 or the toys.
I'll tell you what, too. At some point when we do move around again, I would definitely say that other room that's down there.
The opposite bedroom?
Yeah. I feel like that one's a little more creepier. I felt weird. I mean, this one, it's relatively calm. I would like to see some of, what she was talking about. At least this room has story with it, but
I will say, compared to the basement earlier, with the activity we got, it feels completely different. Kara said, too bad that was the most activity that bed saw. All right, I'm going to swap out the K2 with the flashlight, and we'll give that a shot. Don't mind the view.
yeah, I mean, I do. Like, I feel relaxed in here, and honestly, like when we're quiet and it's like dead quiet, I feel like you could almost hear like anything through the whole house.
Yeah. All right, so I have the flashlight leaning up against a receptacle and against the wall, so it's facing upwards. So if it does turn on, it'll illuminate the wall here. I'm going to have the K2 running by me, and if anything does happen, I'll let you guys know. I haven't crawled on the floor since I can't remember. Okay, so K2's on the floor at the base of the monopod here that you guys are standing on. So if anything does light up, I'll let you know. But right now there's a flashlight by the wall of toys. If you'd like to try to pick it up and use it, you could also consider it a torch. It'll light up and let us know that you're here with us. Yeah, those of you listening with headphones, keep us informed if you do hear anything that we can't hear. Tell us in the comments. Is there anyone or anything here at all that would like to communicate with us? Please do so by any means that you wish.
Try what I tried downstairs too. If they're kids and they like playing around. Can you knock back?
Hey, Lewis, to the person asking about a video of the grounds or buildings, we did investigate the barn a few years ago. If you go under my paranormal playlist, you will find the video to that where we did show the exterior of the house and the barn and where we caught some pretty amazing activity inside the barn. Yeah, that was Alan that knocked, so we'll try to leave it off in an ending here, so.
See, that's the thing, like at this point in time in like my history of doing this stuff, I know you see like the TV shows and the movies and all that, and they do the knock and then it knocks back. I've never once had anything ever knock back.
Yeah, seriously. Now you know this is Kara's home, and we are communicating with her at the moment. And if you have any feelings towards her leaving, you can let us know by communicating with us.
Can you roll the ball?
Let me position you guys a little differently here so you can see.
If you knock the ball off the sill there, it might roll over to us and we can pass it back to you.
Yeah, so that's a ball and a little four-wheeler toy on the windowsill there. And below it is a flashlight. Oh, I so wish I had those cat balls with me.
Yeah.
It would be ideal. Curse you, Amazon.
You gotta love it.
Well, we apologize for the lull in activity here, but as you can imagine, we don't really have any control over it. Sometimes this does happen.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. You'd never know what's, you don't. I mean, I didn't expect what happened downstairs.
Well, despite the lull activity, we are not finished, so we still have the attic to go. And if we decide to do any other parts of the house, if we may or may not revisit the basement, I'm not sure, but this room feels perfectly normal and quiet. So downstairs, those who have been watching from the beginning and those who are not, just to kind of recap, we started off in the kitchen with our initial investigation where some things were reported, and Alan is filming down there as we speak. I then ventured into the dining room and got some really random K2 hits, solid red and then nothing at all. Put the flashlight in there, flashlight went off a few times, and then we moved to the basement. One side of the basement, dead quiet, no pun intended. The other part of the casket, some of the most intense K2 hits we've ever gotten, and then it just went quiet. So We don't know if it is residual, if it's intelligent, if it's something that feels scared or trapped. We're trying to get some answers, but we can't control if and when they want to communicate with us. So we're kind of just waiting in the wind, so to speak. Good night, Matt. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the super chat. Talk to you soon.
I mean, that's the thing too. This could all still be all just a residual, like all about timing on where they're at. I mean, but that's it. I don't know though, because it wouldn't make sense because that thing was spot on down there with
some of them were instant hits, like the flashlight, especially in the dining room. They went on and off solid.
Yeah.
With no fading at all.
Yeah.
And then even on top of the casket, the K2, I mean, it went red.
And I don't think there's ever been an instance where you said turn it red and it just boom red.
Mm-hmm.
Do it again, boom red. Like, I mean, that's just.
Someone mentioned that. I was actually thinking about it myself. Do you think we should maybe separate? Do you want to try a different room and I'll stay here, or vice versa?
We could. I mean, they can hear us both, so it wouldn't be.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to go to that other bedroom and see if the feeling or vibe changes.
I'll unplug this. All right.
Have a good night, guys, whoever's leaving. So right now, I'm going to stay in this room, which is the master bedroom. Alan is going to go to the bedroom in the opposite corner of the house.
I'll tell you what, why don't I take the K2 with me?
Okay. If you hear or feel anything, let me know.
Yep.
You guys should still be able to hear him too, so that'll be good.
Oh yeah, I get the creepy room.
So I'm going to be here by myself and with you guys.
Well, at least this one has the bed.
There's a mattress in there, right?
Yeah.
Let me know if you can still hear Alan. Alan, can you say something?
Yeah, can they hear me?
Let me know if you can hear that.
Did
You'll
it
probably
get any response on that?
Yeah, they can hear you.
Okay. So, I mean, what I'm looking at in here is there's a mattress, and I have the K2 meter sitting at where the headboard would be essentially. So maybe if anybody wants to jump on the mattress here.
Alan, Kara said go into the right closet.
Into the closet there?
Yeah, the right closet.
Yeah.
She said to go in there.
Really?
I have a big delay right by the camera here. Kara, make sure if any of these mods or anyone watching could type on the screen to Kara to make sure it says live on the screen. Make sure like the red line's all the way over. It might be delayed on her end.
Sitting right there. We're going to set the camera down here for a little
But
bit.
if you could hear me, make sure it shows live on your screen, or if someone could type that in the comments, make sure it says live. That way there shouldn't be a delay. And I think that was Jenny that said it. Yes, I'm glad you could watch all night. I mean, despite the lack of activity at the moment, I'm actually quite enjoying myself. Hey, B-Sage. Yeah, if someone could type to Kara, say, Kara, please make sure it says live so there's no delay. Yeah, it's actually quite relaxing and peaceful here, so I'm glad you're willing to hang out with us. I think Kara's behind in the stream because she said there's a big delay.
Mm. But yeah, I mean, it feels way heavier in here, but nothing's going on.
Okay.
But yeah, it's definitely a lot thicker of an air in here.
So Alan's stating different feeling vibe in that room. In here, nothing's happened yet. The flashlight hasn't gone off. You know, I'm gonna swap out the UV light for the flashlight. Just by chance, different location may give us different results. Let me do that. And if that doesn't work, I think we will try a different location. All right, so flashlight is up there in between the toy and the ball. And I'm going to try to reach out and see if anyone wants to respond. Is anyone else having a delay? I mean, it's showing right now as I say this, as I'm speaking to you, that we're live for 2 hours, 13 minutes, and approaching 30 seconds. Let me know if you guys are kind of on point with us or if there's a much longer delay. Okay, so everyone's kind of on point on the same time frame as us. Kara, if you could hear me, you may have to refresh your stream. If there's anyone here with me right now and you'd like to communicate, please do so by touching the flashlight on the windowsill. You want to put the K2 up there too?
Yeah, I mean, it feels a little bit more awkward in there, but I mean, there's nothing going on.
All right, Alan's back in here, as you can tell. K2 is up there as well, near the flashlight. And Kara said I was behind on reading the comments. Okay, I guess I misunderstood. Sorry about that. Do you want to reach out, Alan?
Let me think here. I'm not really even sure what to say. I don't know what we get it to respond.
Yeah.
Just because there's nothing going on. If there's anybody here, I mean, just anything up there. I mean, if you want to be able to communicate with us, I mean, this is your chance. I mean, whoever it was that we spoke to that was in the basement was very good at communicating and was definitely not afraid and was able to have some conversation with us, which you can do the same as well. You don't have to be afraid. I'm sure you're nervous knowing that there's going to be new people coming in here and you'll probably be hiding out for a little while, but in the meantime, you'll have the whole place to yourself. I mean, that sounds kind of fun, huh? Can run up and down the halls, bang on the walls.
A couple people said about a shadow or a mist by the window.
They're probably, if you look at the blinds, they might be seeing from the headlights with the trees. Maybe.
Now, if you're here and you could hear us, Kara is watching with us right now, and she would love to be able to know that you could hear us and that are still here and would like to communicate. All right, VP. Yeah. Go ahead.
The only thing that makes me curious, right? So the dining room, we had some activity in with the flashlight.
Mm-hmm.
The kitchen was pretty much dull, even though we knew there was activity there, but we couldn't catch it for some reason, right? There's a common factor between the two rooms. The kitchen has the range extender plugged into the wall. Right there is the whole setup for the internet.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I almost wonder if that is causing any issue with doing this somehow. I mean, it seems like other rooms where these aren't, it seems to have.
Almost seems like no rhyme or reason to me. Like it's just very random.
I mean, this is dead.
The popping and tapping here is Alan moving on the floor. The floor is creaking. Well, I think we gave the bedroom a fair and honest shot here, but nothing whatsoever. No activity. So since we're up here, I think we could try to check out the attic. I do have the laser grid, so we could set up the grid across part of the attic on one side or the other and just see if anything walks in front of it. And we could try the flashlight as well.
Well, and actually in some instances too, if a spirit's actually afraid, they'll usually go to less visited places in the house. So that could make sense of why we had so much activity down by the casket, because that's, what was that?
What is that?
My camera. It turned off.
Did it?
Yeah. So anyway, as I was saying, well, I guess we should probably check on that too. Down there would be ideally a spot where people aren't at, which would also include potentially the attic as well. Would be a spot where, nobody's going to be going up there. So if it's trying to more or less get away from us and wants to hide out somewhere, that would more or less probably be another comfort zone too, is up there. So.
Yeah, that does make sense.
Because if they were comfortable with Kara, then it would make sense of, what she had experienced. But for us to experience nothing, it almost makes me think that they are staying away.
And Lewis, yes, you are correct. It does take energy to communicate and respond. And downstairs in the basement, before you tuned in, we had some really significant activity with the flashlight and K2. And we also speculated that maybe they got tired or worn out. So it is a possibility. I'm not answering questions from 5 minutes ago. I'm not sure what's going on with Kara's stream. If someone could comment right now, tell me what time it is. I'm going to respond back with what time I see, and then we'll see if that matches up with what she reads. So if someone tell me what time it is, Eastern Standard Time. 10:24. Okay, so Kara, as I'm reading this, what the comments are reading, 10:24 p.m. So if you're hearing this after 10:24 or 10:25, you may have to refresh your stream. I'm trying to get her on board with this because she seems to be behind for some reason. No, we're not doing an all-nighter. I don't know when this is going to end. If there's zero activity for the remainder of the night, it's probably going to end sooner than later. But we're going to move to the attic right now. And hopefully by the time we get situated there, Kara will be good.
You know, here's the thing too. You have an Osmo. It's literally plugged in.
Yeah.
With an SD card that's full, like, well, not full, but you know, has all the space in the world on it. Why would it turn off?
Mm-hmm. You want to turn that light on in here?
Yeah.
Yeah, Lewis, when you if you do watch the replay, even if you want to scroll ahead, because it was pretty quiet up until the basement, when we set up shop on top of the casket, that's when things got really interesting.
Let's quick plug in. Yeah, I definitely want to go down there and check out what's going on.
Honestly, I mean, it's up to you, but I think you should maybe set up a camera down there by the casket.
Yeah. Well, we could do that if you want now, real quick.
Yeah, if you want to do that, and I'll be up here.
Oh,
unless
send
you
me down there by myself. Yeah.
I'm in the future. I guess I am. I don't know what's going on. Well, Kara, I'm sorry if there's any issues. There's nothing I could do on my end. Everyone says I'm current. It seems like you're reading comments or hearing me 2 minutes afterwards. So, yeah, there's nothing I could do. I'm sorry about that. Hey, Lewis, we don't know how long we're going to be live for. It really depends on activity. We're going to switch to the attic. Alan.
Whoa, shit.
What? What?
Dude, something just came out of that room.
What room?
The freaking bedroom over there.
What did you see?
Something freaking black.
Are you serious?
Dude. Oh my God. Oh, and I heard it too. Oh my God. Dude.
All right. You guys heard it, but you didn't see it. That bedroom?
Yep.
Alan said something black just came out of that bedroom towards you.
I literally was
Can you replicate what you saw?
So I was walking this way and I heard it. It sounded like a mushy footstep, like as if there was like a like these plastic wraps that would be like around like maybe like a battery pack or something, like if you bought like batteries.
Like the crinkle?
Yeah.
Okay.
It sounded like that crinkle. And I seen it just come right around it just kind of did like this. Like going that way towards the attic.
All right. For Alan to run like that, I mean, he had to have seen something, and he was in this room.
Oh my God. And I didn't even have my camera in my hand.
So, yeah, we're in the room where Alan just said he saw a black figure come out of.
Yeah, it was like, what, with like this foot, like.
Was it full length, like a
Yeah.
human figure?
Yeah, and it was like this. Whew. It's been a while since I've seen something.
I'm wondering if you should set up one of your cameras in here.
Oh man. Oh, I asked for it, didn't I? Didn't have the camera on me.
All right, that was very unexpected. For him to come running, I thought he saw a bug or something. So apparently something, I mean, that kind of makes sense. That room was zero activity, no feelings at all. Alan was only in here briefly, but he said the feeling felt different. And just as he was getting ready to go downstairs, something came out of here. It very well could be in the attic. Well, guess what, guys? I'm going to be going up to the attic myself because Alan's going downstairs to reposition his cameras.
No, I ain't.
Yes, you are.
Nope.
I'm not going to hold your hand. Come on now.
You didn't see that.
I wish I did.
Oh.
I mean, take whatever time you need to calm down, but
Yeah, I'm like, I got the jitters, man. That's.
I didn't think you could move that fast.
Dude.
I know that feeling though, because I've seen similar stuff in the past. I know that feeling.
And I didn't get a good look because I seen it and I heard it and no.
All I know is that I saw you leave the room and just come sprinting back in.
Oh.
I'm going to do a K2 sweep in there.
Yeah, and I did one and there was nothing, but something came out of that room. And I don't know if it was that it was going up to the attic or if it was that it was coming down and going to the downstairs, but it was like a leg swung out, like coming just you saw it come.
Was it just black, or did you
black,
see?
just black?
Did you see separation of legs or anything?
Yeah, because I literally saw the leg, like the like here down, come around the wall right there.
And you think it went towards the attic?
It went in this vicinity. I mean, the attic's right there.
I'm going to go in there and do a K2 sweep.
Oh, man.
I know you guys can't see much. I'm going to be in this room.
I'm going to have to reiterate this on my camera.
I can automatically say the feeling does feel different in here compared to the main master bedroom. I almost have the chills in here, actually. It feels significantly different. It doesn't feel bad. It just feels different.
I'm going to sit my mic down real quick so that way I can
All right.
tell my camera.
Doing a sweep over the bed here.
Okay, so super jittery.
Actually, I do have red lights, so maybe that's a little better for you guys. You can see what I'm doing.
So I turn the camera off, put down the easy charge. You guys can see here.
So nothing over the bed.
Try it. Set it down.
Windowsill, nothing.
But turn off with the camera down there. Got turned off. And
I haven't even got a blip in here. So whatever was in here, I think, ran out, like Alan said. Man, I wish I saw that. I had you guys facing towards the ball on the windowsill. You never know when this is going to happen, though. That's the thing. It's so unpredictable. Yeah. Room feels different. Doesn't feel scary or bad, but it does feel different than the master bedroom. But I have 0 hits, and I scanned the whole entire room.
I saw clear as day black figure come around and was separated because you could see the wall. So I literally seen the light along that wall there. So I don't know if it's something that maybe went up to the attic or went that way.
Camera's down to focus, probably just because of the lighting. It should be okay now. Now I am going to go up the attic in just a moment, so we're going to see what happens with that.
But you feel it in that room.
Yeah, it feels
it's heavier.
Definitely different.
I mean, it's.
Yeah, Alan did show me that crawl space above the summer kitchen, but there was stuff in front of it, so we don't want to try to disturb anything. Yeah, I did scan the closet. Image should be coming through better now, unless it's still blurry or pixelated. Let me know, but on my end, it looks pretty clear.
I mean, does Kara, do you have any experience in seeing a figure around here? I mean, I'm telling you, that's been a while since I've seen something like that in person for a while. I wish I could have got that on camera though, but wow.
Do you want to hang out with the chat for a second, because I'm going to use the facilities.
Oh yeah.
There's no light in here.
I guess I'll set it to it. Oh man.
All right, if I want to hang on to that.
Okay.
I'm right back.
Oh man. Yeah, I definitely hear you. Take a breath and mellow out. I mean, it has been a long. It's interesting you say that. The presence in the closet. It's been a long time since I've actually seen something in person. I mean, I haven't seen anything like that in quite a while. So K2 is sitting inside of the closet there. Yeah, super chat came through.
All right, I'm back.
B Sage.
B Sage, thank you for being so brave. Not sure if that's for Alan or me, because I think we're both doing a pretty good job. But thank you so much, B Sage, for that super chat.
And somebody left a comment on there saying that they felt like there was something in the closet, which is odd because Kara had also made mention saying,
Yeah, she mentioned the closet, right?
yeah.
Well, I don't know your feelings, but I personally think we should split up in opposite ends of the house. I think one person should go to the attic, one in the basement.
Oh, no. No. Nope. Not after that.
But it seems like
I
there's a better chance of seeing something then.
Oh, yeah. Maybe for you. I know what I saw. I didn't like it.
That's the whole point, though, you know, like the capture stuff. I mean, what do you guys think? I mean,
someone said coffin time.
do you think we should split up in opposite ends of the house, or do you think we should stay together? Regardless of what we do, I still want to check the attic, but I think the basement would probably end up going back there to the casket. Yeah, sulfur smell is something we would be on the lookout for, so thankfully we haven't smelled that at all.
Yeah. And then the only thing is, too, is the attic and the basement both do have their own smells, so I don't know if we would even notice it.
You know, what I'm going to bring next time, which I have at home, is walkie-talkie, so if we ever do split up, we could keep in contact.
Yeah.
Now, if we do split up from that far apart, you definitely won't be able to hear both of us, so...
Yeah.
I mean, Alan would be basically recording for his video if we do split up. I mean, I don't want to make you go out of your comfort zone, but I'm willing to do whatever you want to do. Kara thinks she got it fixed. Okay, that's good.
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, it doesn't have to be for a significant amount of time. I mean...
I just know I didn't like what I saw.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that's got me kind of bugged out.
I mean, the one thing is, it didn't try to do anything to you.
Oh, I didn't give it a chance. I didn't tell all that.
But I mean, if anything, it could have followed you in the room. It didn't. It seemed like it was maybe trying to escape.
Yeah. Which, you know, was like I was saying, is that's where it may have actually went up.
Yeah, I mean, if it did go up to the attic, maybe we'll get some hits on something.
I almost feel like it is up there because just being here by the door, I feel like there's something on the steps.
Well, this room, I think, is clear. Nothing in here at all. No activity, no nothing. Just a little bit of a different feeling compared to the other bedroom, but yeah, I think we need to go upstairs.
Yeah. Well, we could split both sides of upstairs. It is 2 sections.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that would work. I didn't hear anything.
I heard. I was trying to think it was car tires though, but there was definitely some. Oh, geez.
All right, so Alan doesn't really want to split up. I'm going to respect his wishes for that. I can understand why. But the attic is big enough that we could split up there and still be within eyesight of each other. So we're gonna get our stuff down here, head up there for a little bit. I'll set up the laser grid and the flashlight, and we'll see if anything happens. If not, regardless, we may most likely go back down to the basement where the casket is. And that's probably where we're gonna give it our last attempt to see if we capture anything. So a couple more moments, we'll get set up upstairs and see what happens.
Here, want me to take some of this?
Toys I'm gonna leave down here. I'll take a light for one. UV light I'm gonna leave here. Toy I'm gonna leave here. That way I remember to get that. Now this stuff moves and
Yeah.
we know
Mental
something
note
got disturbed.
Right I freaking wish I had my camera in my hand, man.
Just take that too, please.
That would have freaking been it.
You got the light. You want to go first?
Yeah.
So we are going to the unfinished walk-up attic. I'm going to adjust your leg so you don't trip on the way up.
Yeah, I mean, if it came up here, I don't see it.
Can I get that light?
Yeah.
Oh. Let me get positioned. Well, it could be hiding.
Yeah. And that's the thing too, is like, I don't know if those, I mean, I would assume they probably turn like invisible and however they do all that stuff, I guess, I don't know. So it could still be up here, but not visible.
Yeah. So what you're looking at is the walk-up attic. This is the area over the bedroom. I should say Kara's bedroom. Alan is over here on the other side, over the, I guess it would be over the bedroom where the activity, the shadow came from. So he's going to stay on that side. I'm going to set up the K2, the grid over here, and the flashlight. And we'll see if we can pick up anything. So get that situated as we speak.
Yeah, laser good. Yeah, that probably is a good idea right now.
This floor hopefully holds me okay. I'm not walking out there. It doesn't look very stable. But I have the laser grid set up right now. You'll see it once the lights are turned off. I'm going to position the flashlight. I'm trying to think. Maybe I could put the flashlight up here. All right, so flashlight is on top of the beam. Laser grid set up, and I'm ready to go black. Alan is directly on the other side, and I'll be able to hear him and keep in contact with him, as well as you guys will be able to hear him as well. So if there is anyone or anything up here, we believe that you were just downstairs in the bedroom. You obviously gave Alan a good scare, and we don't think you meant anything mean or harmful or ill-spirited. We would just like to make contact with you. So if you're able to move around, I'll be able to see you in front of the grid. There's also a flashlight / torch on top of the beam. If you try to grab it, it may turn on, and you can use that as a way to communicate with us. I'm gonna just extend you up a little bit more.
I'm gonna put your this one here. Right now, he's got the laser grid set up over there. The light flashlight I believe you have a K2 going too, correct?
No, I'm going to in a second. I'm gonna change the pattern a little bit here. There we go. You should be able to see it now.
Yeah.
So with the K2 here, I'm gonna let you guys decide. Yeah, Alan took the microphone out because he's talking to his video right now. Do you want me to position the K2 somewhere? Or do you want me to walk around and do some sweeps with it? Yeah, without the grid pattern, the single beam could reach the clouds. It's pretty remarkable. Would you want me, okay, I'll do a sweep. Do you want me to do some sweeps in front of the grid or over near Allen? The only thing is if I do it in front of the grid, you're obviously going to see me moving about. And then after I do the sweeps, I'll set it down somewhere. All right, I'm going to do some sweeps in front of the grid here. Then I'll go back by Allen, but I'll leave you guys positioned here the whole time. If there's nothing on the sweeps, I'll set it down. This floor is a little creaky. So far, nothing. My personal thoughts, and I'm saying this without even Alan hearing it because he's talking to his camera, I think whatever he saw may have went down to the basement. I don't think it would have came up here. I think it would have went down to the basement to get farthest away if it was indeed scared or didn't want to be seen. So my general feeling is that if we're going to capture anything again, it's most likely going to be down there. But I'm going to be optimistic. We'll see. And nothing in here. I'm going to go over by Alan. You won't be able to see me, but you'll be able to hear me.
How's things looking for you?
Pretty quiet so far. I did a sweep, nothing. I'm going to try your area over here. You want your mic back?
Yeah, I wanted to get like a couple bursts.
Yeah, let me turn it back on.
I guess I can tell the people watching this too while you're doing that. One thing I was pointing out on my cameras, it's just, I feel like whatever it is definitely does have strength, because you got to figure for a full body solid apparition, I mean, that's, that takes some energy, and plus with those red hits we were getting, I mean, all that stuff that we've been getting tonight, and with what we're seeing, I mean, that's the part that has me kind of spooked, is the fact that it's definitely got some energy to it.
Yeah, if it could do that, what else can it do?
Yeah.
But as I stated too, I don't think it's something bad. At least that we know so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting 0 hits up here.
And that's the thing too. Again, it actually feels all right up here.
Yeah. Even
That room. Whoa! Like flashlight.
Flashlight. Oh. All right. Flashlight's on the beam. Is there something here with us? If so, we saw you turn the flashlight on. Can you please turn it back off? Thank you.
What was that? Is that a window over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you are here with us and wish to communicate, can you please turn the light on again? Now, the one thing that Vegas Paranormal is stating, which I do agree with, is that if you do show fear, it can feed off of that.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. Like right now, as of the whole time, I haven't really shown any fear. I haven't had a reason to. Where you, on the other hand, kind of have. We're giving you another chance. If you want to communicate with us, you can use the flashlight. I'm also going to, I'll put the K2 up there as well. All right, K2's up there with the flashlight. I know it blends in right now, green light, but if it does go red or orange, you guys will be able to see that. We're trying to reach out to whoever's here in this home. We know there's at least one person here, one spirit, possibly more. And we have made contact already with someone down in the basement. Whoever's up here with us, please make yourself known. None of these tools will hurt you, so don't be afraid. And we are friendly, we come in peace, and we only want to communicate with you and nothing else. Yeah, I agree. They're definitely playing games where they make themselves known, don't want to make themselves known, different parts of the house. Any feelings or anything, Alan?
Mm-mm. Oh. Did Kara ever mention on the chat if she had seen the black figure?
I think so. I'll ask her again. Kara, have you seen that black figure or shadow that Alan saw?
It's like one of those moments I'd like to confirm that I'm not nuts. But I'll be honest. I think the kicker with it though wasn't the fact that I just seen it. It was the fact that there was the sound right when it put its foot down, that had audio to it putting its foot down, making that weird.
So it was more than just visual.
Yeah, that's like what really made it like.
And Kara said yes, she has seen it.
Okay.
All right. So it seems like a one-off flashlight hit. Nothing else up here. I did a sweep of the whole entire attic with no results. And nothing except me has moved in front of the grid. So I think at this point, we should return to where we had the most activity, and that's in the basement at the casket. So if you guys are on board with that, we'll do that in just a moment.
So, Kara, have you seen the figure in full to know what it is, or have you only seen glimpses of it, kind of like how I seen like a partial of it?
She did say she saw him in her room.
Okay. Flashlight.
Flashlight. Came on solid. Let's see if we could get it to turn off. If someone or something is touching the flashlight, please move away and turn it back off. You would stand by her bed. Jeff, we did ask that downstairs earlier. We didn't get any response. It seemed like it didn't want to identify itself. And the thing we gathered so far is that it feels like it may be trapped or stuck here, or even scared. We had some significant activity, and we're hoping we can maybe replicate that when we head back down there. So I'm going to gather these tools, and we're going to head downstairs. And we have been trying to use the flashlight as a yes or no tool, but it's not consistent enough. But it was downstairs. K2 went off with red lights, which is the highest it could go. Flashlight was rampant with activity. And we even got some responses using the spirit box. So since that all took place down there, let's head back down there one more time. All right, after you.
Yep. Let's take a sweep through this kitchen on our way down there too. Those things are still where they were.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, we ought to use these things down there too, the light and all that.
Yeah.
It's, like I said, I think the only thing we can't really do is the laser grid, but...
Well, I'm going to leave the ball up here. We'll bring the truck down. We'll bring the UV light down. K2 and flashlight. So that's the basement door right there. So we're going to put some stuff aside, get the other stuff, and head down there. So I got a flashlight, K2.
I hope there's an explanation for
toy.
this thing. That's weird.
So VP is feeling that someone may have been killed in the attic.
So this is actually strange. So it's been plugged into this, which has battery, but on here it went all the way down to 1%.
Is it charging right now?
Yeah.
I have no idea why they do that.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. Strange.
Doorknob. All right, so those of you who may be tuned in late, we are down in the basement. This is a casket, obviously, but it's a casket that was used. Had a body in there. It was buried underground. It is Kara's casket. She is the private owner of it. Right now, there's a prop dummy inside of it. There's also some stains from when the body was in there. But earlier we had the K2 and the flashlight on top of it. And we had severe, significant red hits on the K2, which is the hardest, brightest it could go. And it was multiple times, mostly orange, but it hit red several times. Flashlight went off a multitude of times. And the spirit box, we heard some voices. So I'm going to position this little toy truck on top of it, the four-wheeler. We're going to put the K2 back up here. We're going to put the flashlight up here. And I'm going to put the UV light on the toy truck here. If it'll stay, it may not. And we'll see if we get any sort of response or activity again. This is our best shot because this is where we had the most activity earlier. All right, if anyone is down here, we were down here earlier, and whoever was down here with us made contact. We believe that you may have tired yourself out from using your energy to communicate, and we're hoping we gave you enough time to regain your strength and energy. On top of the casket is a little 4x4 truck. It's also a device called the K2 with the green light, and there's also a flashlight torch. If you want to communicate with us, you could touch any of those items, and none of them will hurt you, but they will let us know that you're here with us. And we'd love to be able to speak with you again. Now, earlier when we were down here, it did take a little bit of time, but after a few minutes is when the K2 just started going crazy. And there's nothing interfering with it, as you could tell. Otherwise, it would be going off the entire time. Well, VP, if that's the case, hopefully they'll come down here and join us. But unfortunately, they didn't want to make themselves known upstairs. But we'll just see what happens. I'm thinking that we may have overstayed our welcome, or they just don't have the energy to do it anymore.
I mean, like I said, the energy's got to be there because you wouldn't see something like that and it not have the energy to be manifested. That's what's. But like you were saying too, that probably could have been mere coincidence, and it was coming out and didn't realize I was going to actually catch it.
Yeah. There's a very small chance it could have been residual where it just goes its own path, regardless of who's around. It may go in and out of that room regularly, you know?
Yeah. But I mean, feelings was on point though, because my feelings were directed towards that room. I mean, even this down here, like this actually feels borderline uncomfortable. It doesn't feel
right.
But I mean, it got I felt like the temperature was dropping and this, that, and the other down here. And
Yeah, I got chills earlier.
it just came out of nowhere and just. I mean, the barn we got stories with. There was explanation for that. But now, what was it Kara said? She had said she always seen a figure in the barn.
There's a
Like she would see it like looking through the window.
yeah, I think I remember her mentioning that. There's a couple of questions directed towards you. So one is, were you feeling anything prior to seeing the shadow? And is there anything that you did or say or think before you saw it?
Well, and that is actually one of the key factors on that I'll touch base on. But I did feel that there was something in that room that was 100%. And I mean, they can go back on there and see that I did say it multiple times that that's where my hunch was that room. But as far as doing it, it was a total called off guard. I mean, it's a lot of times when you see things in person, it is when it's not planned. Like when you're not looking for it is usually when you see things.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll be honest, I was actually really comfortable and I didn't think, like, I wasn't looking. I put the camera down. I literally let my guard down and boom.
And just to solidify what your statement, even prior to us going live, we heard at least 2 or 3 separate noises that we couldn't identify where they came from or what they were.
And there has to be, it's like, like how Kara is confirming, saying she seen, the black figure. Aside from anybody else's statements, I mean, we did get a figure standing in front of the laser grid in the barn.
Yeah.
So we know whatever's here, whether it's multiple or the same one, we know they can, take form. So, I mean, and that would have had to have been the same thing. Essentially, that probably would have been a black figure too. We just didn't see it because, the laser's on it. But
Gina, yes, that has happened, and it is possible where they can latch on and follow you home. But we do have something we say to protect ourselves, because it actually has happened in the past to me, where I talked about a spirit that did follow me home, and I spotted it in my backyard, kind of hovering there. And when it knew that I saw it, it kind of floated in front of my shed, which had a sensor light on it. It didn't trigger the sensor light, and it just faded away. And I then said what I needed to say to protect myself to make it leave. I've never seen it since, but yes, it is possible. And VP said yes, when your guard is down is when often things happen.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to announce ourselves one more time. My name is Jay. This is Alan. This is our second time down here in the basement trying to communicate with whatever or whoever is here. And we did communicate with someone or something earlier using the flashlight and the K2 meter. We brought them back down here as well as a little toy truck. If you'd like to communicate with us, we'd love to speak with you. All you have to do is make the lights light up or move the toy, and we'll know you're here and could possibly ask some questions and get some answers. And also our friend Kara, who lived here, is watching as well. I'd love to be able to have some contact and some solidification that you're still here as well. If anyone is looking for, I think Kara is maybe mentioning about the barn investigation, just go to my paranormal playlist, and all my ghost hunt videos are listed there. Kara says she thinks maybe you scared the ghost by you getting scared.
It scared me. And see, and that's the thing too, is like, so from my past, like whenever I seen anything that was a bad entity, it was always in the form of black. Now, it didn't ever look like a person, but it was always just a solid black figure. This, I didn't really see whether it was a person or what it was. I know I saw a leg come around and like just darkness on darkness. So I could see something was there, but I didn't see like specifics. But
yeah, the only thing I see on property here was the black shadow in front of the laser grid when we were in the barn in that one corner. It made itself very well known.
yeah,
And aside from that, we believe that that is possibly the spirit that was keeping the little girl here, because Kara did make contact with the girl, and I even saw glimpses of like her outline in the barn on the one hay bale. And we believe that we gave her the permission and whatever she needed to move on from this place. But so far in here, I haven't really felt anything except chills and some uneasiness, but nothing that feels terrifying or scary. But whatever we captured down here earlier, you guys saw, but it doesn't want to work with us right now.
we'll see. And that's another good thing to recap on too, is the fact that in that case with the girl, that was, if you literally stood there and you were trying to get like the peripheral vision, you could kind of like see her.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a solid black figure.
Yeah, and it wasn't like directly looking at it. It's like you said, out the side of your eye.
Like this, I saw dead on, and that's what I'm saying. That would, the combination of those solid red hits like that is just what makes me think like, okay, maybe this thing's nasty. I don't know, but obviously it has, strength to it. But
Kara is recommending that we go to the summer kitchen. I mean, what do you think?
I mean, we could.
Yeah, I mean, we could give the summer kitchen a try as our last location here. We'll hang out here for a few more minutes just to give it a fair, honest try, and then we'll do the summer kitchen. Kara, do you have any requests as to what we should try in there as far as like laser grid, K2, flashlight, spirit box? Let us know what you think. I know you have some stuff in there right now, so I'm not going to bring any trigger objects.
I mean, that's the thing. When we were down here earlier, we were just having normal conversation, and
It just sparked out of nowhere. Hey, Barb, you're home. Glad to see you popping in. Second floor had a noose. Yeah, Alan mentioned that. But there was a lot of stuff blocking the stairs, and he said the stairs aren't very stable, so I didn't want to venture up there. But if you could let us know what you think. K2 is the EMF detector, Jenny. It's a digital one. Alan's device in the kitchen also has a EMF detector on it as well. But yeah, the K2 is just the simple name for EMF. I don't have the history on the prior owners. Kara is the one who lived here the most recent. And I don't know if she has any information on the past residents, but as mentioned earlier, since 1850 when the house was built, you can imagine there's been some families here. There's been some maybe energy that got trapped here. If something tragic took place, it could have got captured in time, frozen in time. Could it be residual? But we do think there is maybe a combination of residual and intelligent here. But
well, here's a thought too. I mean, considering the age of the house, it's also right here on farmland and everything. Is there any possibility there was slaves?
yeah, that's the other. Yeah, I didn't consider that. So since this is situated on a big piece of property and it's farmland, I mean, it very well could have had.
I mean, if you remember too, we were even like back when we first started the hunt for the barn, we actually started out there right borderline on the cornfield too, and there was hits and everything out there.
Kara, do you know the reason for the noose? Is that something happened there, or like do you have any information on that at all? It is so quiet down here now.
It's not chilly. It's just it's silent. That's what makes this whole thing where I don't understand. That's the other thing. It makes you like kind of have something to like worry about in your head a little bit too. It's like, does it want you to do that where you're...
The camera just shut off.
Yeah, it's probably the battery died. It was low. But, is it trying to get you to let your guard down? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, the moment I let my guard down is when I seen that. And it's like...
All right, guys. whatever was down here earlier doesn't want to make itself known or is staying upstairs. So we're going to honor Kara's request. We're going to go out to the summer kitchen and give that a try with the K2. Maybe the flashlight, maybe the laser grid, but definitely the K2. And we'll see what, if anything, wants to communicate. Yeah, watch that beam.
But either way, this proves there ain't nothing here that was setting that off.
Yep.
100%. And same time, figure that out too. It's still plugged into the same thing it was plugged into. I showed you how I had 1% on it, and somehow it's running off the power and going. I don't understand that.
Now the only thing is, Kara, there's a light on in here. We couldn't find a switch anywhere. So this has been on the entire time. If you could tell the switches, we'll gladly turn it off. But the big area where the stove would have been almost looks like a fireplace. And I'll try to show you up. So that's kind of looking up where the noose would have been. Like the flume. Oh, perfect. We got some creepy dolls in here. Let me get off Wi-Fi. Hang on. All right, sorry about that. I was
All right, switch back over to the Osmo here.
horizontal by the back where we just came out of. Should be a switch out here, she said. All right, so this is the summer kitchen. I don't know anything about it. If Kara could say anything, she's welcome to. That's where they would have been done the cooking as well. It looks like a giant fireplace. And up above, there's actually steps over here that are blocked off that do go up above it to like a second floor. And that's where she said the noose would have been. But the K2 on the table. Okay, sounds like a plan. We'll say this is pretty darn cool, though. Oh yeah, I can see the upstairs up there. Okay, so K2 is on the table there. We are inside the summer kitchen, which is separate and detached from the house. And we don't know if anything took place in here, but there was reports that when Kara moved in, there was a noose hanging from the second floor. So we're going to go black now and ask some questions, see if anything is willing to make contact with us. Yes, and as Kara stated, these were for keeping the house cooler in the summer months when they were cooking. If anyone is here with us, we'd love to communicate with you. The green light that you see is a K2 device. All it does is light up different colors if you try to touch it or pick it up, and allow us to know that you're here and allow us to communicate with you. If there's anyone here, please make yourself known. You know, I'm wondering, thinking about it now with the noose over the fireplace here. For smoking meat. I'm thinking of that too. That's a possibility. Use it as a smoker.
Yeah.
If they hung like a dead animal. You have any feelings at all?
I didn't have any luck out here when I did this with RJ.
Oh, you guys investigated in here?
Yeah, we went up there.
Is there anyone out here that wishes to communicate with us? This is your final chance to do so. Kara is no longer living here, and we will not be returning. And we did speak or communicate with someone down in the basement, and Alan saw someone upstairs. But if there is someone or something out here, please make yourself known now.
What in the heck?
That's the door. That was a... That door just made noise.
Well, my camera's in there, so we would find out. We would.
You guys heard that creaking door when we went in and out? That just made a noise right now on its own.
That literally sounded like it opened up and shut. Dude. That's what it was.
Yeah,
that was it.
There's no wind either. That 100% is that's what it was.
Oh my God.
That kind of spooked me a little bit because it came from behind us. There's no wind. It would be moving nonstop because it's kind of sheltered in here.
Well, somebody said, I saw on the chat, they're saying they heard it. So
there's no reason that would move. It's not really loose. Like you have to put a little bit of force into that to move that.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the hinges down there. They're nice new hinges. They're not going to just.
Yeah. It's not something that would flop in the wind.
Yeah, Kara, there's traffic, no wind. That 100% was that.
Yeah, I mean, there's leaves here and stuff. There's nothing moving around. No, I can't feel a breeze at all. But that is exactly what we heard.
I can't wait to check that on my camera and hear the inside view of that. Wow.
Well, let's see if it happens again.
Yeah. Holy crap, man.
All right, so we're back in here. Close the door. K2's still there. As far as I know, it hasn't gone off yet. Shadow Man just joined you, they said. Well, welcome if you did. That's something we both heard. And it didn't scare me. It startled me, though, just because it came from behind me.
Yeah.
I thought for a second someone's like going to walk in the door here.
Yeah. And that was the thing, too, is it was literally that whole creaking of it. It wasn't like it was a quick noise. It was continuous.
Yeah, that's the most spooked I've been all night.
Join the club.
Did you see that?
No, what?
I just saw something black move across here. I mean, there's a roadway there, but I saw something black, not a light, move across out of the side of my eye. Maybe it's my eyes playing tricks on me. I don't know. I just saw something black, though, move really quick. It wasn't a car. If that was you that made the screen door creak like that, can you let us know by doing it again? No, it was much bigger than a cat. More like people size.
Was that Kara saying the cat?
Yeah.
We did see the black cat, though, earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, this was something much taller than a cat. I saw it just for a split second. If you'd like us to leave here, let us know. Bang on the wall, open the door, knock something over, turn the lights orange or red. Do whatever you want. Let us know and we'll leave.
You know, here's the thing to consider too, especially since we're trying to hunt these things down. Realistically, I was like, even though how like the one comment was is like, you know, yeah, like if you show fear, then kind of to a point, it's probably a good thing to show a little bit of fear when you're trying to bring them out. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it could work to your advantage. Yeah, we'll try the flashlight, Kara. I'll leave it up there by the K2, and then I'll explain one more time what the K2 is in case it just joined us. Did you hear that?
I heard something.
I heard like a not so good noise. I don't know how to explain it. It almost sounded like something, like a painful sound.
Oh, I don't. I heard like a crack.
No, I heard like.
What the hell was that?
Yeah.
That's a motorcycle.
Yeah, but that's not what I heard. I heard like. It's hard to describe. Almost like someone was like in pain or like suffering.
Like a moan?
Like kind of creepy.
Oh, maybe we'll have to see.
All right, on the table is 2 items. There was a flashlight, also known as a torch. And the green light is called a K2 meter or EMF detector. It picks up frequencies and electrical waves, both of which will work if you try to touch or pick it up. And if you do so, you can communicate with us by letting us ask you some questions. All you have to do is go over to them and try to touch them and let us know that you're here. And we're approaching 3.5 hours, so whoever is still watching from the beginning, thank you so very much for doing so. I know a lot of people have left, and hopefully if you watched the replay and you have heard or seen anything that we missed, definitely timestamp it down in the comment section.
Yeah, that's the thing too, is like, I wonder if the, like there's a noose up there and stuff too. It's like, how do you know too, with like how much farmland and everything's out here? How do you know they weren't just like took somebody and put them in there and cooked them and,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
anything's possible. And as mentioned too, those of you who are tuning in late, if you did miss the exciting activity, I will timestamp it tomorrow sometime, either in the pinned comment or the description. But when we did start investigating the casket area, things really ramped up. And after that is when we were upstairs getting ready to leave Kara's bedroom, Alan saw a black figure walking out of the bedroom, kind of in his direction. So it hasn't gone without any activity. It's just been kind of sporadic.
And see, here's the thing too. You were literally basically wrapping it up and ready to leave here, and then that's when that happened.
Yeah.
Again, same thing. Our guard got let down, we got comfortable, and then something happened. Every time, actually, every single time tonight, we got comfortable, and then something happened. It was like that with the casket, with the figure, with this. It was all when we got comfortable.
Now, as mentioned, Kara is the person who lived here most recently. She has moved out, and she has the feeling that you guys or spirits are sad by her departure. And that's why she is watching with us live to see if we could make contact with whoever's here, knowing what there's K2's blipping.
Is it? Oh,
There,
Jesus.
there it is. Yeah, so if you're here and you hear us talking about Kara, please make yourself known. Making the light go orange or red, we could communicate with you.
Unbelievable.
She is looking to find out if you're still here and wanting to get the message across that she will be missed and that you guys will miss her. She will miss you. You know what I mean? But we're here on her behalf to try to speak with you. I get this camera a little bit closer.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Another orange. More orange.
If that's you doing that, continue to do so. Make it turn orange or red. We can ask you some questions. Try to make it stay solid orange. There you go. I know it uses your energy, but try to do so. We could ask you some questions and let you know and let Karen know that you're still here. She is the one who advised us to come out here to the summer kitchen. And it's great that you're willing to speak with us. Are you sad that Kara has moved out? Make it light up orange or red for yes answers. I'm going to try to zoom you guys in a little bit more so you can see the light better. Give me a second here.
I mean, that's the thing. How do you explain this one too? Because same thing as the casket, you know, there's literally nothing over there.
There is nothing here. We're not by it.
I mean,
it is there by itself.
And it's been sitting there for how long and didn't do anything. And same thing, we're getting solid hits.
Are you someone who lived in this home? Or do you still consider this your home? That was an orange hit. That was quiet for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing explaining why that would be going off right now. Did you used to cook outside in this summer kitchen? I
wonder if it's the same one that was downstairs.
I'm working my way up to that. Is there anyone else here with you? Yep. Are you the same person or spirit that we communicated with down in the basement? I wish it would stay a little bit more solid. It's kind of flipping. Because downstairs we were getting much stronger hits. If you are going to answer yes, please make the light stay on a little bit longer, please. Can you guys still hear me? Can you hear Alan? Can you say something?
Hello.
I know somebody mentioned about the audio cutting out. For the noose that was hanging in there, was that used on a person? No.
Whoa, I don't like that.
Did you see that?
Holy God.
I just got the chills for that. That was our most direct response and hardest hit on the K2 out here.
I actually have a question for it then.
Okay.
Was the person that the noose was used on suspected of being a witch? Take that as a no.
Are you the person that was hung by the noose? No.
Was the girl that hangs out in the barn hung from the noose? Okay, thank God for that, because that would have really screwed me up.
The person that was hung by the noose, was it suicide? Did they take their own life? Oh, what happened? It was just communicating so well with us.
Are you still here?
Don't be afraid to contact, to speak up. We're not going to harm you, and we won't judge you. We just want to communicate. Can you tell us if the person that was hung by the noose, were they a child? Did it?
Oh, man.
It wasn't a solid hit, but it's going orange. Yeah, it seemed like it was a child. Man,
I thought I just saw something go past that window right there.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And I just got whatever little hairs I have are standing up on me right now. It feels different right now. The child who was hung by the noose, are they still here? Are they trapped here?
Was the child considered a slave?
Yep. Was the child married out of wedlock? And that is Kara asking, who lived here? Oh, it's not a real strong hit. Is the child still trapped here? Yes. Oh, born of wedlock. Was the child born of wedlock? Yep, that was a strong one.
Mm-hmm.
Is there other spirits here besides the child?
The child's spirit is no longer here, correct? The child's spirit that was here, is her mother the one you're referring to with a child born from wedlock? I might have said that way too confusing.
Are you related to the child? That was confusing even for me. If you want to try rewording that, go ahead.
So, what if, because we had the girl who was looking for her mom.
Mm-hmm.
We know this much. Is there a chance that the mom was either with somebody and had her with somebody else, like behind his back, like cheating, so to speak? Or, I mean, that's kind of hidden.
Did the mother hang the child? Did the father hang the child? Not getting anything at the moment here. Are you still here with us? Can you hear our voice?
Are you the mother?
It's a solid yes.
Dude.
But the mother didn't hang the child. Do you know who hung your child?
Do you know how your child died?
Are you looking for your child right now? Depending on the age of the child, they may not even be able to communicate. So that's probably why the mother's communicating.
But I'm just wondering if it's the mother or the one from there.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you need help setting your child free?
Do you need help finding your child?
Maybe it's out of energy or just doesn't want to talk anymore. Maybe it's too upsetting.
Unless the figures, well, Kara said she would see the guy. So I wonder if there's a connection between here and the barn. The guy has to be somebody bad, I would assume.
Somebody asked. I'll ask out for them. Did your child die by accident? Was it an accidental hanging? We're not getting any response to any of our questions now.
There was literally a white ball that went right like this.
Really?
Yeah. And it sucks because I wouldn't have seen it on this because it doesn't have, but I literally just, because I watched in my eye, it went like right past you.
Did it seem like it was floating or was it moving with purpose?
It was floating, like your knee height. That wasn't scary though. Because in my brain was processing seeing a dust particle, but then I'm like, wait, no.
We have no light source to show the dust though.
Exactly.
So it was like a ball of energy?
Probably. But like it clicked into my head, like I'm not looking through the camera, I'm seeing this in my eye, like.
Before we leave, can you tell us, is someone preventing you from speaking to us or telling you to stop?
This is odd. It's the same thing like downstairs.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I saw something white go above this.
Yeah. I saw it too, but I didn't say nothing.
I saw that.
Like 5 seconds ago.
We would love to speak with you more, but we need to know that you can still hear us, that you're still willing to communicate with us. But we don't want to disturb you or press you to talk to us if you can't. But if you can, just please do something to let us know you're still here. I heard that. Huh. I don't know what that was.
You know what else is weird too? It's like really light out for being freaking
Yeah.
almost midnight.
It's quite the property, Kara. Quite the property. Yeah, full moon. Did we miss anything when we went outside?
I mean, full moon, I mean, that would be energy for this stuff too, I guess, huh? I just find it crazy that 2 locations of the house that there's clearly no anything that should be tampering with this. We're literally getting hits like we've never had before. I mean, it's
Full moon tonight. Well, that probably helps explain some of it. All right, we'll ask that for you, Kara, and then we're probably going to wrap things up in here. Did one of the other children hang your child? It is stone quiet now. Whatever was talking to us is not here anymore, or just not wanting to make themselves known. All right, everyone, we are going to gather our stuff, head back into the house, and we'll chat with you guys for a few minutes, let you know our thoughts on what took place tonight. That was freaky.
yeah. Dude,
For a few moments with some of those answers, I got chills.
yeah.
And even like a little bit of sadness.
Yeah. Well, see, one big thing is too is that we have some information from our, from our prior investigations. So
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely can't wait to look on the camcorder and see what happened with that door being opened up.
All right, back inside the kitchen. Those of you that tuned in late, I encourage you to watch the replay because we did a whole house tour with the lights on so you can see the layout of the house. It's a pretty large farmhouse built in 1850. And the kitchen here is one of the reported rooms of activity with cupboards opening, things moving, and Alan was recording the entire time for the most part.
Yeah.
In the kitchen here with some objects and some equipment situated back there. The most activity we saw was the combination of the basement on top of the casket and out there in the summer kitchen, which actually I will say I was hesitant to go out to. I'm like, what's going to be out there? But with Kara's suggestion, we went for it, and I think we got some of our most compelling answers of what took place here with that K2 session. And I don't know where to even go. It's like so many things took place, but at the same time, it's kind of expected. But as we were mentioning earlier through conversation and with you guys, when our guard is down and when we're just kind of just chit-chatting or whatever, is when things start to happen. He saw the black figure. The casket activity took place out of nowhere. And for the K2, which I'm going to show you, so just in case you're wondering, that's how it looks. And red is the highest, strongest it could read. And it went to red several times on top of the casket. It very rarely ever does that. And out there in the summer kitchen, we got orange multiple times. And although we truly don't know for a fact who or what we were speaking with, what we were told based on our questions and answers is that it was the mother of the hung child, and that a human being, was hung out there. And that's It's sad. It's unfortunate. And hopefully they could find some closure and find a way to move on and not be trapped here. Our initial feelings, and I'm going to let Alan speak for a second for himself, but we think that whatever that black shadow is here has something to do with whatever's still here. We caught activity in the barn 3 years ago. This is a whole new, different set of activity in the house here, which is still on the same property. But that's my thoughts. I think it's pretty incredible. I didn't get to see any shadows. I did see something pass by the window. I don't know what it was. And I saw a little white ball go above the camera. Beyond that, though, everything else was what you guys saw, the K2 and the flashlight. But feel free to share whatever you want.
Yeah, I mean, I think the best way to try to add any of this up and make sense of anything is probably, as long as it would be to do it, would be to actually watch the initial hunt when we were in the barn and then watch this as a part two, like immediately, where all that information is fresh in your brain. I mean, even at this point, to go back and watch it as a replay, seeing what we, did now, and, 'cause I mean, that's the thing too, even with us, like we forget some of that stuff. When we go back and watch the video, it's like, oh yeah, I forgot about this, and there's definitely point in the direction of something being here, because there's no debunking some of the stuff. I mean, it's easy enough, like you guys could easily sit there and be like, oh, well, we didn't see the figure on the screen, so, that didn't happen. From things that you guys didn't see, that could be totally like, everybody can have their opinion on that. But with certain things that you can see, like for instance, we did prove the point, in the beginning when we thought the K2 was going off, and we found out that it was the internet power over here, and things like that. Like, we will prove if things are explainable, but certain situations like on the casket and even out there, I mean, not that I want to say it like this way, but we were getting kind of like, it was kind of borderline boring almost. Just, there was nothing. And then all of a sudden it's just, and it was without warning, just insane. And then it was spot on. So, I mean, there's no explaining it. And I fully believe that this property has potentially some very dark history to it, as well as, if anything, a very strong paranormal presence here. And even though we do believe that some of the entities have moved on, which is a good thing, there are still presence here, and there's a whole mystery. But unfortunately, as we did kind of mention earlier, what we know now is basically going to be the extent of what we can find out. So it's going to be up to everybody to kind of put their brains together and figure things out from here. Yeah, I mean, this is the last hurrah,
We can only capture what they're willing to share with us. I mean, and we've stated from the beginning and all along since we've been doing ghost hunts is that we do this objectively. We're not here to prove it's haunted. We're here to show you the evidence that we find. And as he explained and we showed, if we find something causing something to happen and it's natural, not natural, but what's the word I'm trying to think of? Something that's like causing it, something right. Like...
Well, natural. Natural,
yeah. Like say, the Wi-Fi or an appliance, we're not going to be like, oh, look, we got activity. No, we're trying to say, well, what's causing it? And when we have no other answers, that's when we can speculate it could be paranormal. So we feel that we do this in the most honest, genuine way possible. And even though it does get boring, that's how it goes. Anyone who's done paranormal investigations knows you can't make ghosts work on command. You can't slip them a $5 bill and say, hey, do something for us. It doesn't work like that. If they want to speak and make themselves known, they will. If they don't, they don't. And if a place isn't haunted, it's not haunted. It's just the way it is. But I want to thank Kara for the opportunity to bring us here because, as we mentioned, the barn was a fantastic hunt. We captured some really incredible activity there. And now in the house, we have our own stories to share. And those of you who've seen both videos, both of our streams, now you get to see the connection. And those of you who have missed maybe the ghost hunt in the barn, watch it. You won't be disappointed. All you have to do is go to the Paranormal playlist, which is linked in the description of this video, and you'll be able to check it out. I just want to thank Alan for teaming up with me because I think we both together do a fantastic job at this. We're both level-headed. He could sense things. I could kind of stay cool to certain situations. And between the both of us
now, see, and that's weird that she's saying there's something behind us because I was just looking back because I thought I saw something on the camera. I I knew it. I knew I saw something, and she saw it.
We're in the room?
Yeah, because I thought there was something. I looked on the camera, and it looked like right in about this area there was something back here, and that's why I looked. And then I was looking on the screen again, and I didn't see it. And she said that there was something behind us.
All right, what timestamp is this right now that happened? 11:56? Looks like something peaking. I'm going to watch that in the replay. 11:56, okay. So we're at 3 hours, 53 minutes. So
See,
we're
and I didn't acknowledge it because I saw it and I looked and then I didn't see it, and that's why I was like looking like, is there something back there? And I thought maybe it's just because there's that, well, this pile of stuff here. I thought it was that, and that's what I was looking at. But now other people are saying that it's there.
I didn't catch it because I was looking at the camera instead of the screen, but I'll watch that back. But yeah, I guess something is here. Maybe it doesn't want to be clearly out communicating with us, but it is kind of keeping an eye on us. And if you guys saw it, that's even better. We do have another investigation planned for later this month. I'm not going to give you any spoilers, but it is something that we have investigated in the past. And we're kind of curious to see what's going to happen this time because we have some new equipment we're bringing on board for that. And it's going to be a few years since we've been there. So you'll see that coming up later this month. And obviously we want to hear your feedback too. If you like these investigations, we're going to try to plan more of them. And hopefully if you know of someone that maybe has a haunted residence that is looking for us to come in and do it, that's local to the Northeast Pennsylvania area, feel free to give them our contact information like Facebook, email, stuff like that. But we're always on the hunt too for locations on our own. Don't forget as well, he's been filming the entire time tonight. He also showed the barn, the garage, and other areas that we didn't see during the live stream. So whenever his video is out, I will link it down below. But the best thing to do is subscribe to his channel, Revenge of the Apocalypse. Ring the notification bell when his video's out. You'll be able to watch it and see what he captured because we weren't down here the entire time, but the cameras were.
Yeah.
There could be EVPs, there could be K2 hits, could be flashlight activity, we don't know. But the evidence will speak for itself, whatever there is. So, all right, everyone, thank you so much for hanging out with us. It's going to be a late night for us. We have to wrap up, get everything put away, locked up, and head on home. But hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Stay safe wherever you are. And as always, we'll see you in the next video.